mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, cousins of course, mops and pops, or if you prefer, grandmas and grandpas, and baseball fans everywhere. Welcome to the 2019 season of the Valley League. Before we get to tonight's game, let me let you know that these live streams are brought to you by Sheetz. Sheetz is perfect for busy lifestyles, and they're open 24/7, so grab breakfast, dinner on the go, or a late night snack. With nearly 600 stores in 6 states, there's always a Sheetz near you. Sheetz, run and done. This live stream is also brought to you by Subway. Check out Subway's delicious new club collection, the new State Club, the new Southwest Chicken Club, and the American Club. Subway, make it what you want. This live stream is also brought to you by Grace Burrows, New York Times best-selling author and baseball friend to the Valley Baseball League. Grace Burrows, she believes in love and baseball. Bottom line, if you can't find love on the baseball diamond, take a look at graceburrows.com. Now, here are your announcers with tonight's game.
Pitch number 3 is outside, 2-1 the count now to Cox, the left fielder.
6'2", 205 pounds from the University of Louisiana Lafayette.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, Thornton, Colorado.
That is a fastball right down the middle called strike. 2-2 now here. 2 outs as Wimberly is trying to get out of his first inning as a starter here for the Generals. He winds. Here's the pitch. Looked like a breaking ball, hit sort of off the end of a bat, but it gets down. The diving effort by Kobe couldn't really get it, and that little blooper is going to settle in for a base hit there for Joshua Cox. Really didn't look like he hit that one square. It looked like it had a lot of backspin on it, but just far enough out of the reach of Kobe there at second to drop into the outfield for a base hit.
And this is a team that, I don't want to jinx anything, but a team that has struggled with the bat this year, hitting only 190 as a team.
Yeah, so they're definitely looking to get the bats going here against Coach Cole, their former head coach and the winners of last year's Valley League title. Pitch from Wimberly is in there for strike 1. Looks like he's got good command of his fastball early.
Yeah, he's done that, and he's done a nice job at also working the curveball in this first inning as well after he has spotted up and really set up hitters with that fastball.
Samuel Frontino, the third baseman at bat now, the right-hander. And Wimberly delivers, and a throw down to second is into the outfield, and he's going to head to third as he took second, and he'll be safe into third as that was Cox on the base pass, attempted the second base stealing, and he got there. The throw from Garcia a little outside of the reach of Kobe, got the ball into center field and took an extra base with that one pretty easily as the center fielder Tate was a little slow to backing up as that was a quickly developing play from the catcher and runner there. Pitch from Wimberly is just outside. Looked like he tried to go back to that breaking ball. Count is now 1-2. So runner on third here with 2 outs. Wimberly against Frontino here. Frontino batting 192 with 4 RBIs on the year, but that one is going to get through the infield, and he'll have his 5th RBI of the year with the RBI single there. So early, we have a 1-0 score with the Newmarket Rebels taking the lead against the Waynesboro Generals here against Wimberly. I'm not sure. I think that one might go down as an error on the throw to second, advancing to third, and Frontino with the RBI single there now moves into first base.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting all the scoring in there.
I know. We got many jobs up here in the broadcast, so just bear with us as we try and parse out the details. And the pitch from Wimberly into Brandon. Excuse me with the last name. Brendan Rembert. Sorry. Last name got cut off here on our score sheet. Brandon Rembert batting against Wimberly. Finds himself down 0-1. Breaking ball just misses high, I think. So that'll be 1-1. And Wimberly's done a good job so far of getting out ahead of batters, I would say. Just that error on the throw to second was a little costly.
Yeah, it was a delayed steal, and Santiago wasn't surprised by it, as this one's fouled straight back, but wasn't surprised by it. Really had Cox dead in the rights. Just the throw sailed a bit and allowed him to move to third. Yeah,
just out of the reach of Kobe there at second, who was covering. So that one, last pitch was fouled back. So now 1-2 on Wimberly as he tries to get out of the inning here. And that one is in the dirt, but well blocked by Garcia. Just bounces out in front of him. Runner on first did not try to advance. Count is now 2-2 here. Rembert is 1 for 19 on the year with 2 RBIs. As Wimberly steps into the plate, or into the mound rather, and sets, delivers, runner going, but Garcia bobbles the handoff from mitt to hand, so there will be another stolen base here for the Rebels. They're looking to get out and run early.
Yeah, and that's something that you really have to do when a team is only hitting 190 as a team.
Yeah.
You have to kind of force the issue a bit.
Trying to manufacture runs anywhere they can. It paid off so far.
It has.
2 hits here in the top of the first for the Rebels.
Matt Schaefer now the head coach of the Rebels.
And that's a ground ball out to second. A long run for Kobe, and he can't field it cleanly. Gets into the outfield, and the runner is going to come in to score from second. So Samuel Frentino comes in from second after the stolen base. And I think that'll probably go down as an RBI single, as that was a long run for Kobe there at second base. So Rembert with an RBI single, and just like we were saying, those stolen bases have come to pay off here early. It's now 2-0 Rebels.
Yeah, 3 straight singles for the Rebs, and it's kind of a jinx there. Coach Cole was talking about it pregame as that one misses way outside to Pedro Castellano. But yeah, we were just talking about how the average was very low for the Rebels, and that they struggle to string hits together even when they do get their hits. And
yeah, it was a really well-developed play, and that one's driven to center field. But Tate will come over to field it, and Wimberly is out of the inning, but not before the Rebels score 2 runs on 3 hits. 1 error for the Generals here in the top of the first, and we will move into the bottom of the first as the Generals look to climb out of an early hole here at Waynesboro, Virginia, and Integrity Home Mortgage Park. We'll be back right after this.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true. How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Take me out to the ball game. Oh, wait, we're already here.
Barry Lee and Katie G, hoping you're enjoying the old ball game and inviting you to join us each weekday morning from 5 to 10 a.m. on your 92.5 Wink FM.
All right, we're back here as we enter the bottom of the first. Allen on the mound for the New Market Rebels here. Ty, you got any information on the starting pitcher for Coach Cole's former team as we head here in the bottom of the first? New Market scored 2 runs in the top of the first on 3 hits. So we're moving in slowly but surely here as we are playing 2 games here today with 7 innings. So tell us a little bit about Mr. Allen there.
Well, Wilhelm Allen is the he actually bats switch too, by the way, if he ever got an at bat. But a 6 foot, 195 pounder from Southern University in Marrero, Louisiana. And on the year so far for the Rebels, he's pitched in 1 game, and he will also get his first start here today. And that was a relief appearance where he went 1 inning. Didn't allow a hit, a run, or a walk, but he did strike out 3. So some impressive strikeout numbers early on in his season. He struck out the side in his first appearance. So probably some good swing and miss stuff tonight.
Yeah, all right. Kobe Lopez steps in, the second baseman for the Waynesboro Generals, and actually a former New Market Rebel himself for Coach Cole and the champion Valley Leaguers last year, as the pitch fouls back number 1, and he's in the hole 0-1 early here. but so far seems to be having a pretty good year, batting .290 in 31 at-bats, 10 runs, 9 hits, 1 double on the year, 3 RBIs, 9 walks, and that one buzzes the old dome, but he's able to get out of the way on that one. 1-1 now. Kind of had to step outside the box there for a little bit, but he's digging back in there. So he seems like definitely the definition of a scrappy, small player, but nothing small about his heart, I'm sure, as he's stepping in here. And then he fouls that pitch off, so it's 1-2 here to the leadoff hitter. So 9 walks as the leadoff hitter, that leads the team. He's doing a good job of getting on base and helping these Generals score some runs.
A lot of quality at-bats out of Kobe.
And that one is, I think Allen thought he got him, but looks like it might have just been low or outside there. So counts even at 2-2.
Yeah, he took a couple steps off the mound
Yeah.
like he was going to start his little Scherzer stalk.
Yeah, and he check swing, fouls it, but that's just to the right side of the first base line. So count remains at 2-2. Yeah, you were exactly right with that Scherzer strut. He was well off the mound after that pitch, and he looked in for a while, but unable to get the call here as he winds and delivers. And that one's in. Oh, no. Thought that one was going to be inside, but it is not. Maybe a bit of a makeup call for that last one. So Kobe goes down looking as the Generals are down 1 out now. And now stepping in to bat, Seth Kennedy, the first baseman. Kennedy having a really good season so far, batting .435. Played in 7 games and 23 at-bats, so fewer at-bats than Mr. Lopez, but making the most of them.
He got here a little bit late.
First pitch seems like it's down in that one. No protest from Allen, so he's ahead early 1-0.
But yeah, he's been an extra base hit machine, really. He's pumped out quite a few of those.
And he's got 10 RBIs, which leads the team, he's got 8 RBIs. Looking at the wrong line there. 2-0 now the count after that pitch misses. And Allen sets, winds up, delivers. And that one is fouled back to the screen here. Got a good crowd on hand here at Integrity Home Mortgage Park at Kate Collins Field here in Waynesboro, Virginia, as we are here on Father's Day with a doubleheader. Kennedy sets in, digs in, and Allen delivers. And that one is ripped into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And he'll stop at first. So Kennedy on the board early with a single. And now there's a runner on first with 1 out as the number 3 hitter will step in for the Generals. Worrell, number 25, stepping in.
A good swing there by Kennedy. He had 2 hits last night, and just continuing his hot hitting here early on in the Waynesboro Generals season.
Ooh, a rip there from Worrell, but nothing gained from it. Swings and misses. 0-1 now as Allen is pitching out of the stretch now. I was just thinking, with the doubleheader and the 7 innings, could see some creative pitching in these 2 games here. So it's probably what's going through these coaches' minds as Allen delivers low, blocked though by the catcher Varela. So no chance there for Kennedy at first. Kennedy, not a threat to run so far in the year, no stolen bases, but never say never. He's got a pretty decent lead over there. Allen will give him a look. 2 looks, sets, delivers, and a good swing by Worrell again, but rips that one back foul to the screen.
Put on a laser show in BP today. I was listening to some of the coaches pregame, and they're talking about how exciting this guy is to watch, and we're excited to have him. We haven't seen a lot of him. He had 2 hits last night in his first action as a General, but
Yep, and he's certainly getting his rips in early. That one's high. Tried to get him to chase there, but nothing doing. 2-2 now the count. Still 1 out. Kennedy on first after his single to left. And Worrell digging in here. Is this his first game as first home game as a General?
no, we played here at home last night.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
so,
and beat Stanton.
That. And that one, that's going to get him, though. Called strike 3. So that one was an off-speed pitch, low and outside, but it just caught the corner there. So Allen with 2 strikeouts this inning. Caught them both looking, and now we'll move to the number 4 hitter, number 28. It's going to be Wes Clark, who is having a really good year as well. Batting .455 out of South Carolina, 9 games, 33 at-bats, 15 hits, 7 runs, 4 doubles, 2 home runs already. And his line was the one I was looking at. He leads the team with 10 RBIs here.
Yeah, it has 4 3-hit games. It's kind of tough to say sometimes.
Yeah.
But 4 3-hit games so far this season, and it's early.
Yeah, so the first pitch gets a called strike there from Allen, so he's ahead 0-1. Still giving Kennedy a look over there at first. And the pitch, and Kennedy is going to run, but the pitch hits Clark. Looks like it hit him there in the back.
Yeah, it almost glanced off his hip a little bit and got our home plate umpire as well. So.
I was going to say, the umpire had to take him in. I think it got him on maybe the arm or something. He's kind of flexing his hand there. So, Santi Garcia now stepping in for the Generals. Runners on first and second here with 2 outs after the hit by pitch there. So Clark at first, Kennedy at second. Kennedy was running. Probably would have been safe based on the pitch if I had to guess, but we'll never know as he's in second base now after the hit by pitch.
And Santi, a guy that got off to a slow start this season, but has really picked it up since.
And that's a grounder out to second base there. Castellano throws on to first, and the side is retired. So just 1 hit for the Generals, but they leave 2 men on base. As we move into the top of the second here at Integrity Home Mortgage Park at Kate Collins Field here in Waynesboro. We'll be back with the top of the second right after this.
Mark your calendars now. The Valley Baseball League's All-Star Game is Sunday, July 7th, right here at Veterans Memorial Park on the JMU campus. Please plan on taking in all the action. While the game starts at 7:30 p.m., the fun starts at 3:30 p.m. with batting practice. The 60-yard dash and home run derby starts at 5:20. Tickets are $5 for adults and $3 for kids ages 3 to 12. And if they come in uniform, they get it for free. So mark those calendars, Sunday, July 7th, 7:30 p.m., right here in Veterans Memorial Park. You don't want to miss this. Come and join us and see tomorrow's superstars play.
All right, and we're back here in the top of the second. We got a 2-0 game here, the Newmarket Rebels over the Waynesboro Generals in game 1 of our doubleheader here. We're going to play 2 7-inning games here in Waynesboro, and Benito Varela steps in, number 33. Wimberly's still the pitcher for the Generals, and here's his pitch. A high fastball that he gets him to go after, and he swings and misses. Ahead 0-1, and yet again, getting ahead of the batter with the first pitch, doing a good job of that so far. Here's his pitch, high on that one. Ball 1-1. It seems like he's really working fast out there, too.
And that helps all those fielders, too. It keeps them on their toes. A lot of times with those guys that work a little slower, it can get a bit, not boring, but a little tough to concentrate fully.
Varela fouls that one back, so the count is now 1-2. Wimberly gets the sign, looks in, delivers another one fouled out. Just kind of a, excuse me swing there, just trying to stay alive here in the count. As Varela's just 1 for 10 on the season, but 2 RBIs, so, not a lot of surprising, or not a lot of gaudy batting stats with this team, as you mentioned, just a team average of 190, but they've been fighting so far, and that one's down and away. 2-2 now the count.
Yeah, Varela from Stetson University in Doral, Florida, 5'11", 195 pounds. You're right, not a lot of great stats, but they've done a nice job to this point off Bailey Wimberly.
And that one must have fouled out and pops out of Garcia's glove. So he stays alive again, making Wimberly work for it.
And it surprises me with the 190 batting average as a team, they still have pulled in 4 wins.
Yeah, so. I mean that you don't see a batting average that low with a team usually, but yeah, they've been opportunistic even though they're still struggling to find their bats. Breaking ball looks like there is blown outside, so the count is now full after Wimberly got ahead. Good at bat here from Varela. That pitch is high, and he fell behind and now walks him. So, base on balls there for Varela. And there's a runner on first with no outs now. And with the catcher on first, I'd be surprised to see him run, but you never know. They've been pretty aggressive on the base paths early.
They have been, and they know that with this 7-inning ball game, you really got to make sure that you score early.
Yeah, exactly. You got fewer opportunities.
As Yogi Berra would say, it can get late early around here. So.
Wimberly throws over to first. He's kind of think he's realized that he may need to keep the runners a little close over there. Batters now, David Smith, the first baseman. The left-hander stepping in. And that's a ground ball. Ooh, almost hit Varela on the base pass, but is able to get through the infield. So another single there, and Varela, because he had to stop short, is only able to advance to second base. That was pretty close to hitting him there on the base paths, but a good job of him to get out of the way. So, 2 runners on now, and the Rebels are threatening here again. Wimberly was able to get 2 outs there quickly in the first inning, but this inning he's found himself a bit of a hole so far. 4 hits so far for the Rebels.
Be a perfect time for a sacrifice bunt here.
Yeah.
You got the 9-hole hitter up. He's hitting 228 on the year. And you can get it back to the top of the lineup with 2 runners in scoring position, and he will square.
Yep. But the pitch is outside in a way. Good job by Garcia to pounce on it, though. That almost got away from him. Ramon Machado, the batter, 8 for 35 on the year, 5 RBIs. Looking to add to that total here, but it looks like he will square around, as you mentioned. First baseman Kennedy in on the grass. Third baseman playing back just a little bit, so yeah, bunt down to third, but he didn't score that time, and the pitch is high and inside. So Wimberly, after an economic first inning, is struggling here a little bit to find his command again, and Santi Garcia is going to go out to the mound to talk it over with his pitcher. Probably a good use of a visit here, as Wimberly was struggling a little bit with his commands, and the second baseman Kobe Lopez is going to come in, have a little discussion as well, probably talking about where they're looking to go on a bunt. And Garcia, satisfied with what he had to tell his pitcher, is going to come back. So runners on first and second here, no outs, 2-0 Rebels.
Not looking like a team that's got a 190 batting
No,
average. They're
certainly
swinging the bats
not.
well. 4 hits already.
Yeah, Ramon Machado, check swing. That one dribbles out to second base. Lopez throws to second, gets 1, throws to first, not in time. So the fielder's choice there, they do get the runner at second, though, so they do get the 1 out. Now runners on first and third as we move back to the top of the lineup. So kind of a swinging bunt, I guess you might be able to say on that one, but probably got a little further than he would have liked, because he didn't fully commit to that swing. And a good play there by Lopez to go to second. Didn't think he would have had time to get him there.
The ball was that whole play was just kind of slowly developing.
Yep.
The ball wasn't hit all that hard. Kobe had to come get it. A good turn up the middle to make that
was.
close, but Ramon Machado, another guy that has pretty decent speed out of that right-handed batter's box, and got down the line and gives his team a pretty decent chance. Good RBI situation.
Yep, scoring opportunity here as Seegers is now stepping in at the top of the lineup. Throw over by Wimberly, and looks like it might have caught Machado a little bit off guard, but he didn't slide in, but is able to get back safely.
Yeah, that was interesting. He didn't really take a step towards first base. He was just kind of caught off guard, as you mentioned, and just a little late getting back into it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him running here. And a breaking ball, that one does come in for a strike, and that's one of the few breaking balls that Wimberly's been able to get to come into the zone, so a good job by him. Seems like he's able to find his command here a little bit. Checks on Machado at first. Digs in. Looks like a breaking ball popped up high. It's out there kind of in the middle of the triangle, but Lopez is going to step back, makes the catch, and no throw. Was not deep enough to tag the run, so a good job there, Wimberly, to get that fly out. Lopez, good job. Had to go back on it, but was still able to square himself to where he could have made the throw home if need be.
This could be a huge momentum swing here.
Exactly.
We continue to talk about it. I hate to harp on it, but it is a big story in this ball game that it's a 7-inning ball game, and that momentum swinging can be the difference between winning and losing. And if they can somehow find a way to get through this inning without a run scoring, that's a huge momentum swing for the Generals.
For sure. And now looks like the pitching coach for the Generals is going to come out and talk to Wimberley a little bit. Santee will join them on the mound.
Yeah, that's Ryan Mossman out there. Mossman from Mary Washington, coming and doing our coaching here. D3 school up in, I believe, the Fredericksburg area.
I think, yeah.
And,
here in Virginia.
He was also a coach last summer for the Charlottesville Tom Sox. So he's another, we're kind of pilfering coaches here in Waynesboro.
I was going to say, is anyone original General? But, of course, we got Tyler Howell on the staff, who's a former pitcher for the Generals back in 2015, 2016.
Yep. Both years. He was a returning guy from Alabama State.
Yep.
And I mean, we also have Sean Knoll, a guy that we're really excited to have here as well. He's another Division III coach. He's from Hood College.
So the right-hander will be stepping in, Kyle Decker, the right fielder, trying to get that run in from third after a really good opportunity with first and second with no outs. That's turned into first and third with 2 outs after the pop out there by Seegers. So the Rebels, I'm sure, would like to get that run home, and they've been clutch hitting so far with 2 outs. See if it continues, as that's a breaking ball. It was a good pitch, but couldn't get him to chase it out of the zone. So count is now 1-0 as Wimberley threw over to first before that pitch, trying to keep the runners on the base paths honest a little bit. And they've got the runner in a rundown, but let's see how they play it. And they're not going to get any outs, and the runner will advance to second, but I think they'll probably take that as they were just trying to prevent the run from scoring. As once Kennedy caught the ball, he looked immediately over to the runner on third, and got him to commit to go back to the base. So while the runner will advance to second, run will not come in to score.
Yeah,
so
kind of a win-win for everybody.
Yeah.
Newmarket, again, doing whatever they can do to try and manufacture runs. That's one of the older tricks in the books is first and third for a guy to take off, and they tried that again here, but Jens let him go into second base.
And that pitch is in there for a strike, called strike 1-1 now the count. And Wimberley did a good job of holding him because they did have him if they wanted to pursue him, but, had to make sure the run from third wasn't going to score because while it is a short game, you don't want to fall behind too far too early. Pitch now, check swing, foul ball straight back. So 1-2, and it'd be a really big win for Wimberley if he could get out of this inning unscathed.
And you don't want to get to Josh Cox, who's the man in the 3-hole tonight, who is lurking on deck. He's got a .258 batting average, and with that .258, it doesn't always sound that great, but it is one of the better batting averages for these Rebels.
Yeah. And that pitch is high, and Sandy Garcia did not field the ball cleanly, and it gets away, so a run will come in to score, unfortunately. Garcia had to stab at that one, and it looks like he caught himself, or it looks like he caught it in the web of his glove, and as he moved his arm, it just kind of squirted out.
Yeah, that's going to go as a wild pitch. It was way up high. Santi tried to reel it in, but was not able to do so. And just another tough break for the Generals in this early going.
Yep. So they are now down 3-0. That pitch, thought he might get the call there, but it's now a full count, 3-2. So another tough break for Wimberley as. The runs scored in the first inning the runners advanced on the wild throw to second, and then they were able to score off of that. Runner is on third as well, and he misses with the pitch there, so he'll put him on with the walk. And so now, as you mentioned, Cox coming up now, number 15.
I thought that was an interesting decision by Mossman to go out and have a conversation with him after he got a ground ball to Seegers. It seemed to be that Wimberley had his momentum going back. And
I thought so too. If anything, I thought the visit would have come early in the inning. But yeah, nonetheless, 3-0 here. He walks that runner. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. As Cox swings and misses at that one. The lefty stepping in, trying to get another run in from third. And the runner's going to go from first, but no throw from Garcia.
They are stealing us blind here. And I don't know if they're going off of maybe Santiago Garcia behind the plate, or if they're really getting good jumps off of Bailey Wimberly. I haven't really been paying attention to see if he's slow to the plate or not, but I'm going to have to start paying attention because, boy, they are running
They're
wild.
taking almost every opportunity they can. Whenever they get on base, it seems like they're looking to take an extra one. Wimberly misses there, so now 2-1 is the count.
Already their third stolen base.
And a few more extra bases in there as well, moving off the wild pitch and the throwing error. That one's down and away, so now Wimberly falls behind 3-1. And yeah, I gotta agree, Ties. Right when it seemed like Wimberly had his momentum there after this mound visit, it seems like he's struggling a little bit to find his command again. But we'll see if he can regain it to get out of the inning here. Pitch is fouled back. 3-2, full count. As it's also really hot out there, Ty, and I'm sure this has been a taxing inning on Wimberly.
Yeah, it's also hot in here.
It is.
I'm breaking a nice little sweat in here. It's heated the entire building up.
It has. The window unit's trying its best. But.
Yeah.
All right, Cox is digging in here. As you said, 8 for 31 on the year, 3 RBIs, looking to add possibly 2 more with the base hit here. Wimberly delivers, and he gets a slow roller down the line. Wimberly comes over, throws on to first, and is able to get him. So big play there from Wimberly, as neither run will come in to score, so they strand 2. Now have a 3-0 game here in Waynesboro after 1 run scores there. 1 run on 1 hit, so a couple of unforced errors by the Generals, but we'll move into the bottom of the 2nd inning here from Waynesboro. Here in the bottom of the 2nd, the Newmarket Rebels have scored in each of the first 2 innings. 2 runs in the first, 1 run in the 2nd to take a 3-0 lead here in Waynesboro. 3 runs, just 4 hits though. Generals have just the 1 hit as they were retired fairly quickly in the bottom of the 1st. And now, batting for the Generals is Jackson Tate, the center fielder. And the first pitch is down, squirts away from the catcher. Tate having a pretty decent year at 257 and 35 at bats. 9 hits on the season, 5 doubles, which leads the team. So he's having he's getting his bases all in those few hits that he has. His pitch is fouled back. 1-1 the count.
His 1 home run is an inside the Parker. That was back on Tuesday night against Purcellville.
So he likes to get out and run the bases.
It has a lot of speed.
Pitch from Allen. Swing and a miss there. Looked like he was out in front of it a little. Fooled him just a bit, so the count is now 1-2 to Jackson Tate.
Had unbelievable numbers at Lawson State Community College this year. 377 batting average, 14 homers, 41 RBI.
And he's swinging a miss there, gets away, but the catcher's able to apply the tag. Didn't get far. And he's down on strikes for the first time today. And I believe that's Allen's third strikeout on the day already, so he's doing a good job of dispatching these Generals hitters.
It's been a tough go of it so far for the Gens all the way around. It's they've not been sharp defensively, offensively,
Still
or
struggling to find their footing here.
really on the pitching staff either.
Joe Kinker steps in, and Joe Kinker playing outfield today. He's listed as an infielder, so I like to think of him as kind of the Ben Zobrist of the team, I guess you could say.
Oh yeah, plays all the corner spots.
And he steps in now from Florida Gulf Coast, is that correct?
That is correct.
Batting
Possibly possibly a freshman All-American.
Yeah, batting 208 on the season. And he rips that one down the third base into the dugout, foul. So he's behind 1 and 2, but taking some good rips so far.
Got in late to last night's contest. Did not have an at bat. He walked, but
Mentioned the Generals got that 13-5 victory. Rips that one down the line. It's going to get past the third baseman there. But a good job by the left fielder to recover over to the line, and it's going to hold Kinker to a single. But hard hit ground ball gets by the third baseman, Frontino, for the Rebels. And the Generals have their second hit of the day. So similar to last inning with 1 out, they have a runner on first.
after a single to left, after a strikeout.
Exactly.
It's almost carbon copy.
Number 6 stepping in now, Connor Norby, the third baseman.
Just his second at bat as a General. Had 1 at bat last night, did strike out.
So looking for his first hit here in the Valley League. Rips that one, but it's going to slice foul. Got his hands out to it, but couldn't keep it fair.
Actually, a pretty interesting story. So Norby had 1 home run this year in his freshman year at ECU. Do you know who it was off of?
I couldn't tell you, not sure.
It is a starting pitcher in today's contest, Bailey Wimberly.
That is a pretty funny stat there. As Allen misses there. Count is now 1-1. Kinker over at first does have 1 stolen base on the season. And Allen looks like, when he's set, it looks like he has a bit of an open stance there, kind of shading towards first base. But he's keeping an eye on the runners. So Norby's stepping in. Missed with that pitch from Allen. 2-1 now as he gets set to deliver. And it's grounder on to third. Oh, high bounce. But he's still able to get the lead runner at second. A good recovery there from Frontino to keep the ball with him and throw on to second. So a fielder's choice there. Norby will stay at first. Number 2 stepping in. It's going to be Christian Profit from Florida Gulf Coast as well.
Yeah, having a good year. 320. He's picked up 2 more hits last night. He's played scrappy just all year this year and has played really good defense at shortstop.
Allen throws over to first. Norby dives back in.
Yeah, it's been Profit at short and Lopez at second base for quite a while now. We had a few other guys that we rotated in there, but that's our guys up the middle.
It's always good to have reliable middle of the infield players. And Profit takes that one. I think that missed low. So now the count is 1-0, I believe.
Yep.
As Allen threw over to first pitch before. Allen now sets, delivers, and ripped up the middle. Gets by the second baseman on the diving attempt. It was close. Norby's going to advance to third, so a hard hit ball there from Profit as he comes up with another hit as he adds to his really strong summer so far. And that's going to loop back around to the top of the lineup with Kobe Lopez digging in here.
This is a guy that you really want to see coming to the plate right now. If you couldn't have Wes Clark coming to the plate, another guy you probably want to see is Kobe Lopez. While he hits in the leadoff spot, he does a nice job at picking up RBIs. At least he did last year for the Rebels. Not sure of his RBI numbers on the year so far this year. He does have 3. So
yeah, three RBIs on the year so far, so looking to pick up his 4th. Just want to say that was a valiant effort by Castellano there at second base. He almost came up with that ball. And Allen pitched down and outside, almost gets away from the catcher, but he's able to stay with it
Yeah, speaking of a valiant effort there, Varela, what a play there. Had to backhand.
Yeah.
Could not slide over in time to get his body in front, so elected to go with the backhand stab and did a nice job of keeping
Yeah, that
everything in
was a
front.
nice play. But neither runner was able to advance, so kept the runner on first and on third as well. That one's in there for a strike. Count is now 1-1.
Kobe from Florida International, 5'6", 155 pounds. Junior from Orlando, Florida.
Small in stature, but looking to come up big here. As the Generals need to crack the scoreboard soon, as they found themselves in an early hole, 3-0. And that one's just called strike again. Lopez got called out on strikes last time up. Runners on first and third, 2 outs. Count is now 1-2. Allen looks over to first. Taking a long look over, but it's going to come home with it, and that ball is high. Count is now 2-2. As we mentioned before, game 1 of a doubleheader here, playing 2 7-inning games. Now here in the bottom of the second, Generals looking to fight back before they run out of innings here in a shortened game. And Kobe Lopez, they say he went around on that one. Tried to hold up, got way out in front of it, but was unable to hold back. So Allen gets the strikeout there to end the inning. So our score remains the same, 3-0. Generals leave 2 men on base as we move into the top of the third here in Waynesboro.
Take me out to the ball game. Oh, wait, we're already here.
Barry Lee and Katie G, hoping you're enjoying the old ball game and inviting you to join us each weekday morning from 5 to 10 a.m. on your 92.5 Wink FM.
We're back with you here in the top of the third inning. The Newmarket Rebels have a 3-0 lead over the Waynesboro Generals here at Waynesboro, and we have a new pitcher, Nick Zegna from George Mason, making his 3rd appearance of the year. He's pitched in 2 games, started 1, thrown 5 innings, given up 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. He's got a record of 0-1 and an ERA of 5.4. So, bit of a creative pitching job here, as maybe a guy who is usually a starter coming in relief and a guy who's usually been in the bullpen starting the game the first 2 innings.
Yeah, you see that in the major leagues now. They call that the opener.
Exactly. And I think you'll see it more and more, especially down here in some of these summer leagues. And that's a big breaking ball, but just misses in the first pitch there, Zegna. So 1-0 is the count. Batting for the Rebels is Frontino, the third baseman, and that ball gets away 2-0 early. Mentioned Zegna from George Mason. An imposing force out there on the mound as he's coming downhill. And that one is fouled away, so 2-1 now the count.
Yeah, Zegna listed at 6'5", 220 pounds.
Yep, so really got a lot of velocity coming to you from up high. That ball in there for strike 2, 2-2 now. Good pitch there from Zegna as he's worked his way back to even.
Sophomore from Newark, Delaware.
That pitch is ripped too short, but a good job there by Profit at short to go to one knee, catch the line drive for out number 1. And looks like we might have a new catcher behind the plate as well for the Generals.
You are completely correct. That is Eli Criseno.
All right, Criseno. So now I noticed the different gear on him. And that's a breaking ball from Zegna in there this time for strike one.
So we'll have to check and see if Garcia's okay, but
Right, that pitch blown outside for ball one. Comes over the top with it, but low. 2-1 now the count, so another pitcher that's doing a good job of working quickly. Don't want to labor out there for too long in this 80-degree weather. That's a fastball that's in there for strike two. So 2-2 now the count. Rembert, the batter for Newmarket, and the breaking ball's inside as he gets out of the way of that one. Rembert, of course, 1 for 1 already today. With a single back in the first, and Zegna falls behind and loses his man. So a walk there for Zegna. So a runner on first and one away. And, for the Generals, they do well not to give these guys some free passes because they're taking every advantage on the base paths they can get.
yeah, and now we'll have to see if they continue to run, and so it's going to be tough to tell with a new pitcher and a new catcher in who they were trying to run on.
That's
here.
true. Good observation there, Ty. And I believe they called a balk there on Zegna. So the runner will move to second on that one. So don't even really need to try to steal. And I think Coach Cole's going to come out and ask what he did, but seems satisfied with the answer. Walks back to the dugout. So now runner on second after, I believe, the balk is what they call. Can't hear up here, but seems like the only explanation for the runner advancing without a throw like that. So 1-0. Now the pitch is in there for a strike. Zegna doing a good job of changing speed so far. He comes in hard with the fastball and then really slows it down with his breaking stuff. Runner on second, 1 out. Count is 1-1. Comes to the plate, and that one bounces out in front of the plate, but a good job of Criseno to block it with his chest and is able to keep it in front of him and prevent the runner from advancing.
Eli got a whole 2 innings off today. He caught all 9 innings last night.
Pedro Castellano, the second baseman, standing in, lefty, and that ball just misses down and outside, I believe. 2-1 now the count. Castellano flew out to center field in his first at bat. Still looking for his first hit on this young Valley League season, and could potentially bring in his first RBI as well, where he to get one. And that one is ripped out to center field. Center fielder going back and is able to get to it. Runner tags from second and is able to move into third. So Tate out there in center makes the over-the-shoulder catch. Couldn't square up in time to get the throw in to challenge the runner, though. So a runner now on third with 2 outs.
That was well hit by Castellano. He's hit the ball well twice today and has 2 F8s to go on his record.
Yep.
As baseball is a fickle game, but hitting the ball well, just hasn't gotten one to drop yet.
Yep, that one was well struck. But good range out there by Tate. So now Varela, the catcher, stepping in, looking to drive in that run from third. That pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. 2 outs. So Zegna looking to get out unscathed in his first inning of work here. Varela just 1 hit on the season, but 2 RBIs, looking to add a third. Swing and a miss, and he fooled him there as he got him out in front. Ball went down and out.
Well, this is a big situation, and we talked about it last inning, Adam, and we weren't able to do it. It's stranding that runner. And when they have somebody out there in scoring position, we ended up giving 1 up on the wild pitch, but we really can't afford to fall behind by 4 here.
Exactly. And the offense has not been quiet necessarily, but still fewer opportunities here in a shortened game. that still counts all the same.
Yeah, they haven't been able to string them together was the
Exactly.
problem. They've had just a couple of hits or one hit in each inning.
Swing and a miss, and Zegna does well to get out of the inning there with his first strikeout. So, no runs scored there, no hits for the Rebels either. And the Generals look to chip into this 3-0 lead as we move in to the bottom of the third. Back with you from Integrity Home Mortgage Park at Kate Collins Field here in Waynesboro, Virginia. The Newmarket Rebels with a 3-0 lead over the Waynesboro Generals as we move into the bottom of the third. In the first of our 2 7-inning games here on Father's Day here in Waynesboro, Virginia. Allen back out there on the mound, so bit of, I guess you might say, extended work from a guy who usually comes out of the pen. Kennedy stepping in to the plate for the Generals. Got a single to left his first time up, and the Generals need to start working to cut into that lead pretty soon.
It's a good time to do it here. 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. Kennedy's been swinging a hot bat, so is Wes Clark.
Kennedy, one of the leading hitters on this team, takes a big swing, but just fouls it off straight back. So Allen doing a good job so far. 3 strikeouts on the day. And now he winds up, delivers. And that one will miss. So now the count is 1-1 to Kennedy.
I've enjoyed watching Kennedy play. Everything is low. He's set low. His hands are low.
Yep. Really loads up and then kind of uncorks it all going after the ball.
You see a lot of guys with that high hand position, and he does a nice job, especially with this new talk of launch angle. He gets a nice launch angle on every swing.
He does. A nice line drive out there to left his last time up. And Kennedy normally plays outfield, but playing first base today and doing a pretty good job of it. Picked one out of the dirt earlier as he fouls one back. Count is now 2-2. We got some quick working pitchers today. Hard to keep up pitch to pitch.
They know what's at stake. They know that there's 14 innings to play today.
Exactly, and they know they don't want to be out there longer than they have to here on a pretty hot afternoon.
You know, a lot of people ask, well, why doesn't the Valley League, just do doubleheaders all the time, do games earlier? This is one of the primary reasons.
That one is flied out to right field and caught there by Decker. So Kennedy goes down in his second at-bat.
But that primary reason that I'm talking about is just how hot it is.
Yeah, exactly.
It is hot.
It, for those of you who may not know, does get very hot and humid here in the Valley in the summer. And these guys don't want to be, laboring too much because while they are here to play, they still have some scholarships to get back to during the year.
Absolutely. Something to just continue to get your game better, get sharp.
Worrell, the batter now for the Generals, the lefty, steps in and that pitch misses. Down 1-0.
Yeah, Worrell, part of that super regional East Carolina team that just got, I hate to keep saying it because I said it last night, they got throttled by Louisville.
Well, that Louisville is a really good team.
Absolutely.
ACC frontrunner most of the year. But ECU had a great year in itself there in the American Conference. They've turned themselves into one of the premier baseball powers in the Southeast. And that one is ripped to right field. That one is going, and that one is going to get out of here. What a hit there by Worrell. His first home run of the season. And he rips it there out to right center field, right over that 365 mark. So the solo shot there from Worrell was a good job to finally break the scoreboard. And that one puts the Generals on the board and is 3-1 now, Rebels. That one was hit really hard out to right center field.
Yeah, and for a team that, last year the Generals were second to last in home runs. And then this year's team has really not gotten a whole lot of home runs to go for them. They've got 2 by Wes Clark, they had 1 by Jackson Tatum, they had 1 by Ethan Cady. They only had 4.
4 coming into the year.
You see some guys that have 4 already as an individual.
Yeah, so you really do for some more power hitting, and Worrell delivers on that one. That one was crushed to right center field, and I don't know about you, but I had a good feeling of that one right off the bat. That one is grounded from Wes Clark, foul down the left field line. 0-1 now the count. 0-2, sorry.
But, we talked about it with the coaches pregame, and just one of their main goals was to try and stopwatch. They were going to time how quickly the ball got out of the park off the bat of Bryson Worrell.
And that one, was hit high, but it did get out in a hurry.
Oh, yeah. The numbers would be low. There were not a lot of hang times.
No. Talking about launch angles, he launched that one.
Yeah, he did.
All right, Wes Clark stepping in now, looking to add some more run support. And that one's driven into left center field, into the gap. Good job by the center fielder, though. And Clark is still going to try for second base, and he's going to be in there. Wow. A gutsy play there running as the center fielder, Seegers, did a good job to get around that one and get in, but the throw to the cutoff slowed the play down, and Clark was able to get into second safely.
Well, he knows that throw is going to be hampered by the center fielder going in towards center or over towards left center field. His momentum is going away from the field.
Right.
He's trying to really provide a spark here for the offense like he has all year long, and he continues to do so. And now 2 extra base hits in a row now for the Gens after the home run by Worrell and now Wes Clark. And now you get a guy in his first at-bat, Eli Quiseno, who had 2 doubles last night and 5 RBIs. He was most likely the player of the game in that 13-run outburst.
Having a good year with 8 RBIs so far, batting .292. So the guy who came in for Santi Garcia last inning as a defensive replacement is now going to step in and try and deliver here on the offensive side of the ball. That was a good job to hustle there by Clark. I thought he was dead to rights there at second base, but his hustle made that play possible. Pitch is low there from Allen. And the count is now 1-0. Looks like there's some potential action down there in the Newmarket pen.
It looks like a lefty warming up.
We have a bit of obstructed views from up here in our booth towards both bullpens, but we'll try our best to let you know what's going on. And that one is ripped, but foul. Gets out of play. Got a good head on the bat there on that one, but just out in front of it a little bit.
Yeah, Eli, one of his doubles last night, I was talking on air, Stanton was a bit lucky that he didn't get any more air underneath it, because it was just one of the hardest balls we've seen hit here at Integrity Home Mortgage Park all year long. And that was, like I said, last night. Just couldn't quite get enough air under it to get it out of here.
That one gets away from the catcher, and Clark is going to take third on that one. So, bit of their own medicine there, taking an extra base on the defense, as Newmarket's been doing it all game, but Waynesboro finally able to do it now. So a runner on third, still just 1 out. And Quiseno is ahead in the count, 2-1 now, as the Generals looking to rally here in the bottom of the third. It all got started by that solo home run by Bryson Worrell out to right center field, and now they're looking to add at least one more, and we'll see how the inning develops from there.
And that wild pitch shows you really how important that extra 90 feet that Wes Clark picked up on that double. And now he's at third base after a wild pitch, and Eli can drive him in with a fly ball to the outfield.
Right, and Newmarket's bringing the infield in, as they know every run is precious at this point. That pitch is a called strike, though.
It's interesting to see that the infield is, in fact, in.
Yeah, I mean, down 2 runs, I would expect this maybe with a 1-run game, but down 2 runs, it's a little surprising.
I think that just goes to show you, what Coach Matt Schaefer is thinking about his offense, and he's not sure that they can continue the pace that they're on.
That could be, and they want to protect any lead they have.
Right. Now, I can kind of understand it with 2 strikes because
That's
now Quiseno is just going to really have to battle in anything close.
And now they're moving back out to mid-depth now, it looks like. And Quiseno goes down on strikes, unfortunately. A big swing there. A good pitch by Allen down in the dirt. Fooled Quiseno, and now there are 2 outs. And the Generals need a big hit here to drive in that run from third. But they got possibly the guy to do it here, Jackson Tate.
Yeah, and Jackson just seems to elevate his game when it comes time to drive in runs. He's done a nice job. I don't know if they do runners in scoring position, batting average with runners in scoring position, but it has to be high for Jackson.
Got 80 RBIs on the season. That one up, almost a little chin music there. Kind of had to bolt out of the way. So 1-0 the pitch to Tate. Clark on third, and now the infield has returned to normal depth as Jackson looks. Swing there, grounder to second baseman, and he's going to get him at first. Castellano the throw onto first on that one. So the Generals get 1 run back, but leave a runner at third after the double by Clark. Worrell the home run in that inning to put the Generals on the scoreboard. So nearly halfway done. We'll be back from Waynesboro after this. Back here in Waynesboro, Virginia, 3-1, the Newmarket Rebels have the lead over the Waynesboro Generals here from Waynesboro, Virginia. Zegna back out on the mound. Ty, you and I were talking just a little bit off air about the catching situation that the Generals kind of found themselves. We saw Quiseno come in last inning for Santi Garcia, who started the game, caught the first 2 innings. You mentioned it might just be a bit of a strategy, keeping guys fresh on this doubleheader in a hot day.
Yeah, they brought out Santi Garcia to kind of warm up the pitcher as Quiseno was getting ready, as that pitch is in there for a strike on the first pitch from Zegna in his second inning of work. But, we've got 3 catchers on the roster. We also have Wes Clark that can do some catching. So it might be a situation where we see guys switch positions here later on in the ballgame.
Yeah, just trying to make sure everyone's fresh for game number 2 as well. And that pitch missed outside. 1-1 is the count. For the left-handed batter, David Smith, the first baseman of Newmarket. That one misses as well. 2-1 now the count.
And now that I think about it, he caught the first 2 innings, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He might be back in there at catcher to catch all 7 innings. They might not want him to catch more than 9.
That's true. Of course, you got to think about inning counts as well in this kind of a interesting way to play 2 ball games, playing 2 7-inning games here in Waynesboro here on Father's Day. Strike there from Zegna, and now the payoff pitch is outside, so 3-2, full count on Smith. Smith, 1 for 1 today, 5 for 18 on the year, batted .277, 1 home run and 3 RBI, so he's been one of their leading hitters, but goes down on strikes there. A heater from Zegna up in the zone, got Smith to chase, and Smith is down on strikes, and Zegna has his second strikeout of the game. So 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning as we move on to Ramon Machado, the shortstop in the batting order. Reached on a fielder's choice last time, advanced all the way to third, but was stranded. And a good job by Wimberly to get out of that inning with just 1 run. And Zegna's first pitch is in for a strike.
Yeah, just a situation here for the pitching staff where you just have to hold your guys in there as long as you can.
Mm-hmm. That one misses down and in. 1-1 now the count for Machado from Zegna. And that one's going to hit him right between the shoulder blades, it looks like. Okay, it was a breaking ball that just never got around on and came in and hit Machado right there on the number, it looked like. So
tough guy to hit there, 9-hole in the lineup, and you turn the lineup over for the top 3 guys, Jonas Seegers and Kyle Decker and Josh Cox. And so it's always tough to hit that 9-hole guy. I'm not saying that Machado can't hold his own. We've seen that he's been able to do that this year. You know, he had a couple hits against the Generals when they played each other back in Newmarket a couple weeks ago.
First pitch from Zegna is outside. Good stab there from Quiseno. And we'll see if Machado's looking to run here. Zegna comes set. And he turns quickly and throws on to first. No tag, though. Machado back in safely.
Surprisingly quick feet from the big man out there.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's bigger guys, it looks a little bit slower, but quick feet. Nicely
Exactly.
done.
And he throws over again, so they're really trying to hold him to first over there as they don't want this lead to extend beyond 2 runs here if they can help it. Their offense seemed to be getting going a little last inning. They feel like they can probably get a few more on the board if they can keep this lead relatively low. That one is fouled. Bounces back. So, 1-1 now the count. To the top of the order we go. Jonas Seegers, center fielder batting.
Yeah, Machado, we were talking about him, and they're spending a lot of time with him at first base as well. He has stolen 1 out of 3 attempts.
And there he goes. Quiseno, the throw down. Couldn't get it there on the fly. Bounce took Lopez off the bag. So Machado is in there for a stolen base.
They've got 4 now. They are, like we said, stealing us blind. They've got 4 in the first 3 1/3 innings. And, you know, we got to make an adjustment here.
Doesn't matter who's on the mound or who's behind the plate, it
Right.
looks like.
The ball was going to beat him by quite a bit. The throw just a little bit low.
Yeah, and it took a kind of a bounce away from the bag. That one's a dribbler out to third baseman. He throws on to first and gets him, but smart base running by Machado is going to get him over to third base. A good play by Norby there, but it took him in and left the bag unoccupied. So on the throw, Machado took the extra base there.
He almost worked as a bunt.
Yep.
And now you get Kyle Decker up with a man just 90 feet away, and it's going to be put a little bit more pressure on Quiseno behind the plate to keep this ball in front of him.
5-3 there from Seegers. And now 2 outs, runner on third. As Newmarket has been in this position a lot so far this game.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of just continuing to apply pressure to the defense.
Exactly.
Whether it be stealing bases or whatever it is, they've done a nice job.
Opportunistic is the word, and Zegna gets a called strike on that one. The count is 1-1. Decker went 1-3, grounded out to the pitcher his first at bat, and reached on a walk his last at bat. That one is fouled off to the left side. Decker looking for an RBI here. He's got 2 on the season. He's batting .235. Mentioned as a team they're batting .190, so while they may not seem that impressive, these are some of their bigger hitters here. And that's a breaking ball driven to center field, and it's going to get down. So timely hitting there from Kyle Decker. RBI single, And the one run the Generals worked to get back, the Newmarket Rebels match, and the score is now 4-1. 4 runs on 5 hits for the Rebels.
Yep, and yet again we see it. It's just a matter of getting that man on, stealing second base, and manufacturing their guy in.
Yep. And tried to catch the runner on first. Off guard was Zegna, but he's back safely. Yeah, and that was a smart play of him on second after that dribbler to third base to go on the throw. And that allowed him to score. And Decker was running on the pitch, but it's fouled back to the screen. So they're not stopping now.
No, why would you? We, go until we prove that we can throw you out. Really,
yeah, exactly.
The thing that they're going with there in the Newmarket dugout over on the first base side. Matt Schaefer, the head coach, Jeremy Knight, and Josh Merrigan, the assistant coaches.
Yeah, for all their stolen bases, there hasn't been one with a close play at the bag, so no reason to stop now. Throw over to first, though. Not in time there. Zegna is doing his best to keep the runners honest. Pitch from Zegna, and he runs on the pitch. Coseno threw from his knees. He couldn't kind of square his body up. He had to reach for that pitch, and did a good job to get it to the bag, but not in time. And Decker has a stolen base now.
We're going to keep a running count on this. That's five stolen bags. Now that's tough break there for Coseno. A tough pitch to throw on. Pitch almost in the dirt. Kind of takes him low and in towards the left-handed batter's box there.
Yeah. Pitch from Zegna is in there for a strike. So 1-2 as he tries to get out of this inning with just the 1 run given up.
Well, I'd like to see the numbers of what they've done with runners in scoring position or with 2 outs. They've been very solid in this ball game. I mean, all of their offense that they got in the first was with 2 outs.
Right.
They got the first 2 men out, single. Brought in 2 runs there after some errors, and so they've just done a nice job at really continuing innings when they've gotten them going.
Yep. And Decker's going to run on the pitch, but throw it out to short. Oh wow. What a play. So Decker was running on the pitch, and in the shortstop Profit was shaded towards second base, a grounder right towards the hole between shortstop and the third baseman, a slow developing play, and don't think he ever stopped going because he came all the way around to score despite the throw to first. That's a tough way to give up a run if you're the Generals there.
Yeah, and if you're Profit there, you almost have to realize that you didn't have any time to get Cox at first base, and maybe you throw in behind him at third base if he tries to stop, or because he was definitely going with an aggressive round and he was headed to home all the way. There was no play at home there from Kennedy, so just again, the Rebels doing a great job of running the bases here.
Yeah, Decker made that play happen with his hard base running. He got the head start on. Not sure if it was a hit and run or not, but he was going on the pitch and just kind of a bouncer out towards short, and Profit had a tough time of getting around it. So Cox is safe at first on what was a slow developing grounder, probably classified as an infield single there. And the run does come in to score, so now 5-1 is our score. A lot happening on that play, and now this one is driven up the middle by the third baseman, Frontino, and he's got a base hit, his second of the game. So now runners on first and second, 2 outs, as Zegna's just struggling to put away that last out here.
Yeah, 7 hits already in these first 3 2/3. Boy, it's just it's been death by a million paper cuts.
Exactly.
There has not been a single extra base hit.
Yeah, no big plays really. No. I don't believe we've had, as you said, a single extra base hit. All singles for the Rebels, but smart base running and opportunistic, taking wherever they can on this Generals defense, and
really just doing whatever they want to do.
Exactly.
I mean, it's been tough to watch as a Generals employee, I guess.
He had some tough breaks on a couple of pitches, some wild pitches from the staff, whether it's Wimberley or Zegna. But yeah, they've just been running wild out on the base paths, and it's paid off for him here. Pitch from Zegna, and he's going to fall behind 3-0. That one was close, and Quiseno held it there, hoping for the call, but unable to get it. So now Zegna really needs to bear down here and try to get out of this inning, as he's given up 2 runs so far. 5-1 is your score. Delivers. That one is going to get called a strike. Rembert is the batter for the Rebels, number 18. Just 1 for 19 on the season. 2 RBIs, though. He's got a single in the first inning and a walk in the third. So looking to get on base again here. That one fouled back. Count is now full. So good job from Zegna to fight back here after falling behind 3-0.
Runners are going to be off with the pitch, so a single most likely will score.
Yep.
That runner from second base, Josh Cox.
And they do go, and close pitch there, but Zegna does not get the call. So that's a walk, and I don't think he's happy about that one. I think he really wanted that one. So the bases are now loaded, and Quiseno's going to go out and talk to Zegna here.
Yeah, didn't get the benefit of the doubt on the 2-0 pitch and didn't get it there on the 3-2 pitch. And, Zegna's out there thinking like, man, I feel like I threw 5 strikes in that at-bat. And, maybe a little bit frustrated, but he's got to dial it back in for a guy in Pedro Castellano, that has hit the ball hard twice today, flown out to center twice, but has really been on it.
And probably a good job from Quiseno to go out there after that call to try and, just calm him down maybe a little bit, try to focus on this batter instead of harping on the missed calls that he thought he missed anyway.
Also a righty warming in the pen, maybe some time to get him warmed up.
And he's going to miss with his first pitch now to the lefty, Castellano.
And playing devil's advocate, you can't be behind and then expect to get in close pitches. You really got to be around the zone.
Exactly. And that one is ripped into the gap in right center. Oh, but a great job of Tate out in center field to range over and makes a sliding catch. That's a huge play, as that one would have broke this game open. But as it is right now, 5-1, the Newmarket Rebels have the lead. We'll be back with the bottom of the 4th.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true. How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Back with you here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Newmarket Rebels have a 5-1 lead. After scoring 2 runs that last inning, they have 5 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Generals just 1 run on 5 hits, but 1 error. But the run, hasn't even come off string together hits. It's come off the solo home run by Worrell. So Generals looking to string something together and really make something of an inning finally, as they've stranded a couple runners out on the base paths, including Wes Clark last inning.
I think a huge key in getting a big inning started is to get this first runner on. They have not been able to get the leadoff runner on. They've gotten actually all 3 innings, the second batter of the inning has gotten on, or in Worrell's case, has rounded the bases, but just haven't been able to get that first guy on to really set the table.
Yep. And Allen is back out there for his 4th inning of work, and that one is going to bounce in there for ball 1. Joe Kinker, the batter, and he's 1 for 1 so far on the day. So Kinker looking to get things started off right. Swing, and I think he fouled that one. No one seemed to know where the ball was, though. Nonetheless, 1-1 is the count. Allen doing a pretty good job out on the mound so far today. I believe he has 4 or 5 strikeouts on the day, and a couple of them looking, including the leadoff hitter Kobe Lopez twice. That one is just outside. 2-1 now the count.
Yeah, he's got 5.
5, that's what I thought.
Yeah, and so he's also done a nice job, as that one misses low, but he's done a nice job at really working. He's been just as effective later on in this ball game, and this is a guy that, coming into this contest, had only thrown 1 inning.
Right, so doing a good job and a bit of extended work. 3-1 now the count, though. And that one is in there for a strike. A big pitch there, as I'm sure he didn't want to put the leadoff guy on. So the count is now full to Kinker. And Allen delivers, and that one's low. So just what you were saying, Ty, they are able to get the leadoff runner on. Good at bat there from Joe.
Yeah, it doesn't guarantee that you'll have a big inning, but it definitely helps. It puts the correct foot forward, and Connor Norby going to step to the plate, and hopefully he can pick up his first hit as a general, and we can get this thing rolling. If you can get him on, Christian Profit is not your stereotypical 9-hole hitter, and then you turn it over to the top of the lineup. This could be a big inning right here if Connor Norby was to find a way to get on here.
Profit already with 1 single today. And he's going to square and bunt, and that one is out in front of the mound. Allen just going to go. Oh, but the throw gets away. And now both runners are going to try and take another base. And they're going to wave Kinker around. And he's going to score. So, an opportunistic play there from the Generals, as the defensive miscue from the Rebels infield allows Kinker to come all the way around to score on what was supposed to be a sacrifice bunt from Warby. So the Generals get 1 run back now, 5-2, and Norby ended up on third as well. So still no outs here in the bottom of the 4th, and now the Rebels are going to have a conference at the mound, as it looked like there was some miscommunication among people, because the catcher was pointing towards third, but no one was there, but then the throw got away. Tough play, and that's going to be it from Allen. So 3 innings pitched for Allen, 2 runs given up. And we'll have a new pitcher for the Newmarket Rebels coming in to face Christian Profit, the shortstop. Once we find out who the new pitcher is, we'll let you know what's going on here.
Well, we talk about how to get the big inning started. Not only do you get your leadoff hitter on, but then you make the other team make plays.
Exactly.
And right there, they did that. Nice bunt there from Connor Norby, who won't be charged with an at-bat. A lot of people think that once a guy lays down a sacrifice bunt and then reaches his way on via the error that he's being punished.
Yeah.
But he's not. He'll get the sacrifice on that. So he's now still just 0 for 1, and he's worked his way to third base. We got a left-handed sidewinder, number 30 on the mound for Newmarket. That is Christian Homer. Not the greatest name for a pitcher, Homer. 6'2", 185 pounds, from Palm Beach Atlantic College. He's a sophomore out of Madeira Beach, Florida. But he's going to have to come in and try to put out the fire that has been created here. And Christian Profit's going to hit with a man on third base with nobody away. A lot of ways to score him in this situation. 5-2 the score. The Gens do need to get going. It's getting a little bit late. We're now halfway past, as it's in the bottom of the 4th inning. But it looks like you got some numbers on Homer.
And not to try and correct you here on air, it says on here it's Horner, so Horner. It may just be the kerning on the the handwriting there.
It might be. You might be right.
Anyway, that's what it says in here.
Well, good.
Homer.
Maybe it'll be Homer for us.
Either way, 6 games so far, no starts, so all coming in relief. 7 2/3 innings pitched, 9 hits on the year, 7 runs given up, 3 of them earned, 6 walks, 7 strikeouts. He's got a record of 0-1 and an ERA of 3.52. So we'll go with Christian Horner anyway.
Hey, that happened to me, okay? I played in this league, and I swear, we were playing at Aldi. That was 2015. That was I think they were last year, too.
Right.
We were up in Aldi, and I got called Ty Connor a couple times. I got called Ty Corner a couple times. There were a bunch of different names.
Just a little too close on the R and the M, potentially.
Yeah. It happens, people. It happens.
Anyway, forgive us, as Christian Horner's first pitch is in for a called strike 1.
I'm sorry, I can't get Homer out of the mind. So.
Nonetheless, the lefty looking to stem the tide here after the Generals score 1 on the wild throw to first on the sacrifice bunt. Profit is the batter. He's 1 for 1 so far today. And that's a big breaking ball that comes in for a strike. 0-2 now the count.
Yeah, a bit of a sidewinding approach here from Horner. It's not all that conventional, but it's really getting the job done to this point with the 2 strikes against Profit. It's got to be a funky thing to look at for hitters. You got to make sure that you pick up a different release point than what you're used to seeing.
Norby over there on third. Another breaking ball, just misses outside.
You tried the back door. That's a perfect 0-2 pitch right there. You try the back door slider. If you get the call, you get the call. If you don't, most likely the guy's not going to swing at a pitch that far outside. So,
but a good eye there by Profit, as it was just out of the zone. So the count is now 1-2, and that one is inside. Tried to get the call there, but I think it just was off the plate.
And again, I like the way that Horner's setting up his pitches. Everything has been outside, and then now he gets to the 1-2 count, and he busts in on the hands of Profit. And Profit a little bit surprised there.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just a little bit too far inside.
That's a breaking ball that is fouled and is going to get over our heads. And might head back into the parking lot. How close did you park?
I'm telling you, I parked on the front row, and again, there weren't too many that happened last night that I was like, oh man, that has a chance.
I don't think that one got to the lot.
I don't think it got
close.
there, but yeah, it was a bit scary there for a minute.
Nonetheless, 2-2 now the count, with number 2 batting Christian Profit. And that one is ripped into left field. That one's going to get down for a single for the second time today for Christian Profit. He's going to drive in Norby from third. 2 runs have come in to score so far in the bottom of the 4th here. It's 5-3. Newmarket Rebels with the lead, but it was 4 runs to start the inning. It's now just 2 as Christian Profit delivers with his second hit of the day. And you mentioned it, not your typical 9-hole hitter, because he came through from that one. He's batting well over 300 already this season. And now Kobe Lopez will step in, who's gone down on strikes twice so far today, and I know that's weighing on him heavily, and he wants to deliver here. Another breaking ball there from Horner, and that's a strike, so Kobe finds himself down 0-1. Profit over there on first base. 1 stolen base and caught stealing once, and Horner's going to keep him honest by throwing over.
Been a tough go of it for Kobe here to this point, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts.
Right.
But if I know Kobe, he's going to bounce back right here. Actually, if you go back to last night, he struck out in his last 3 plate appearances. So
he really wants to turn this around, and he's going to square around, but that pitch is well up in the zone. 1-1 now the count.
Did have a hit last night. You know, it's rare that there's a ball game that you find yourself able to keep Kobe Lopez off the base paths. He does whatever he needs to do. He reached his way via the error and a base hit last night, walked once, gets hit by pitches every once in a while.
And this is a Valley League veteran who played for Newmarket last season, and Coach Cole. And that one misses. 2-1 now the count to Kobe.
Definitely a fan favorite at Newmarket. When we went back to Newmarket this year, he went and talked to his host family and A lot of people were cheering for Kobe even though they were watching Newmarket.
It's a special bond that some of these players build with their communities, as Kobe has acquitted himself well so far here in the Valley. That one is in there for a strike. 2-2 now the count to Kobe Lopez. And that's a breaking ball. And
yeah, so that's something different this year. They're going to call a balk on that, okay? And here's what's going on. So now we've seen this a lot in the major leagues where a pause in the action, you can't just have a hanging read there, is what the left-hander did. He picked up, paused a minute, and then, looking at profit, and then delivered the pitch. So this is a new rule, one that we saw that was enforced against Sean Doolittle, Joe Madden, the head coach of the Cubs, was complaining about Doolittle doing. But then you got people like Kershaw that do the leg up, leg down thing. They have changed the rules on that to where now that is a balk.
So the runner will advance to second base as Profit now in scoring position, and I believe it was no pitch there, so we're still at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's a second balk call to the game, I think.
I feel like you don't see that too often, 2 balks in the same game.
As the Generals were called for one earlier. And Lopez pops one up, and Smith at first is going over and is able to make the catch. That was quite a play as he kind of overran it, but was able to reach back up and make the play. Profit going to stay at second, so Kobe Lopez going down on the foul out there. Tough day at the plate so far for him. And now there's one away.
Yeah, great play over there by Smith. He overran it and then had to reach back and almost make the catch without being able to see the ball.
It looked like he almost caught it behind his head. So that was quite a play there. Unfortunate for Kobe. But nonetheless, one away. As Kennedy comes up to the plate, he rips one into the outfield. And another sliding catch in the outfield, this time by the left fielder, Cox, for the Rebels. That was a great catch. And Profit had to hold up because he was not sure if that ball was going to get down or not. So 2 away quickly here. And what looked like might be a big inning. Horner has done a good job to come in and stem the tide. So number 25, Bryson Worrell, switch hitter.
Whoa, I did not see that on the... He is listed as switch hitter. Okay, all right.
All right, well, nonetheless, he hit a home run as a right-hander his last time up. So a bit surprising to see him come up from the right side this time. Looking to drive that run in from second. And fooled there on the breaking ball as he sort of checked the swing, but he went pretty far on that one. So Horner's done a good job. He gave up that single to Profit in his first batter faced, but nonetheless has come in and been able to get 2 quick outs. And what looked like it was going to be a big inning, top of the lineup, no outs, runner on, and got the numbers 1 and 2 hitters there. Another breaking ball from Horner down.
And I feel like for guys that switch hit most of the time, I'm not going to make a huge overgeneralization, but most of the time those guys are naturally born left-handed hitters, and then to combat the left-handed pitcher, they just switch over and they do the switch hitting from the right side. They train themselves to do that.
Regardless, I would say it's becoming a bit of a lost art now.
Yeah, not a lot of guys that do it, but you do have some guys that, over the years, especially in the major leagues, have shown an uncanny ability to do so. Chipper Jones comes to mind for the Atlanta Braves, one of the best switch hitters of possibly all time. You got
right
guys
there
all
with
over
Mickey
the league.
Mantle, I would say.
Yeah, that's a good call.
And that one is swung on and missed by Worrell. So a good job by Horner as he gets numbers 1, 2, and 3 to go down in order after giving up those 2 runs quickly there in the bottom of the inning here. 5-3 Newmarket. We're more than halfway done as we move into the 5th inning.
I forgot to put this guy.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true. How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Back here with you from Integrity Home Mortgage Park at Kate Collins Field, and we have a new pitcher for the Generals. Joseph Acosta from East Tennessee State University is going to come in and pitch now for the Generals. Just one appearance so far, 1 inning pitched, 1 strikeout. Of course, hasn't given up a run. So not much work. He's looking to get some more here in game number 1 of our doubleheader. As we move into the 5th inning, just 3 more innings here in this game number 1 as we're playing 2 7-inning games here this afternoon and this evening. And we know Acosta was a player that Coach Cole was excited about coming in. He's got some really great stuff out there on the mound, and his first pitch is swung on and missed by number 33, Varela, the catcher. That one is swung on and missed as well. That one was well down, but he got Varela to chase.
Yeah, Coach Cole talked about him in the season preview that the Valley League does, and talked about that low 90s sinking fastball that he throws. Is pretty nasty.
So tough to hit. You see a lot of relievers make a living off those sinking fastballs, and he has 1 strikeout here already. Has 3 pitches, and that's a strikeout for Varela. Good job by Acosta to come in and get him quickly. So now Smith, the first baseman, will come into bat.
Yeah, really didn't mess around with any off speed. It was good morning, good afternoon, good night on all 3 fastballs.
Right. Pitch there, and another swing and a miss. So Acosta really not wasting any time here. He is locked in, trying to get his offense back out here so they can try and put up some more runs here, down 5-3. That one fouled back.
That's close. That one's close.
That one might make it to the line.
Although I parked back this way a little bit more, so it's got to be. I mean, that one seemed like it was down towards the left field line a little bit more. This one, like, to get my car, it's going to have to be not quite over our heads, but just a little bit left of over our heads.
Well, we'll see how many cracks you got after these 2 games. And for the first time, Acosta does not throw a strike in there. 1-2 now the count. He was well on his way to a potential immaculate inning there.
Yeah, you're right. You were right. I never think about those types of things.
Didn't want to say anything to jinx it.
Absolutely.
And that one is called strike 3. Smith, I don't think, liked the call on that one. That looked a bit outside, but nonetheless, Acosta's got his 2nd strikeouts and his many batter as he's looking to get out of this inning quickly.
Is there such a thing as basically an immaculate inning?
Yeah,
like,
almost immaculate.
Almost, yeah. Pretty immaculate.
Yeah.
Not all immaculate, but pretty immaculate.
All right, number 2, Machado coming in now to bat, and that one does miss. Down and in. 1-0 the count, excuse me. 2 outs. Acosta from East Tennessee State in his his 2nd inning of work here as a General. Already doubled his strikeout total, or his previous total, and that one's in there for a strike.
There we saw Kathleen Kellett, the team president, walking around making her rounds.
Yeah, exactly. That one's down. and is going to miss. 2-1 now the count. A good crowd on hand here at Integrity Home Mortgage Park at Kate Collins Field here in Waynesboro.
I'll tell you what, I don't know. This little gnat right here is...
We got bugs. We got a hot studio. We got a lot to deal with. We're working under conditions here. But Acosta is able to get that one in there for a strike. 2-2 now the count. So he's looking to get out of the inning, potentially by striking out the side if he can get him here. Ooh, and he hits him on the thigh there. So, runner on first now. As
Machado making his way down very slowly. He's not thrilled. That's the second time he's been hit by a pitch today.
Yeah, although can't speak for everyone, but I'd be shocked if that one was intentional there, 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2 with 2 away in the inning.
Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't feel good to be hit twice in a game either.
Yeah, it never feels good. So you're never excited to get hit,
right.
But it's at the same time, it's like you can't. I don't know.
Well, and nonetheless, we're back to the top of the order. Seagears stepping in there, the center fielder, and Acosta misses that one.
You don't want to let things snowball here.
Exactly.
I know he had just barely hit Machado there, but this is a situation where, again, you got to continue to keep your guys in the ball game. They've done a nice job at chipping away. This is a time where you can't allow Newmarket to respond.
And Seagears fouls that one down the line. A grounder gets by the third base coach there. So 1-1 the count, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Coming to you on Father's Day, June 16th. Still have one more game here later this evening, so feel free to come on down, bring your dad. As Acosta delivers, and another foul from Seagears. This one off to the right this time.
Something I've noticed with Acosta, too, is he's been very quick to the plate, utilizing that slide step.
Yes, he has a very fast motion and really comes with some heat in his delivery. Looks like he's throwing the ball hard.
Yeah, it does. You can just tell off the arm of some guys.
And that one is down. Strike 3. So he does get his 3rd strikeout out of the inning despite the hit by pitch there on Machado. And we move into the bottom of the 5th now. So after 4.5, your score is Newmarket 5, Waynesboro 3.
Mark your calendars now. The Valley Baseball League's All-Star Game is Sunday, July 7th, right here at Veterans Memorial Park on the JMU campus. Please plan on taking in all the action. While the game starts at 7:30 p.m., the fun starts at 3:30 p.m. with batting practice. The 60-yard dash and home run derby starts at 5:20. Tickets are $5 for adults and $3 for kids ages 3 to 12. And if they come in uniform, they get it for free. So mark those calendars, Sunday, July 7th, 7:30 p.m., right here in Veterans Memorial Park. You don't want to miss this. Come and join us and see tomorrow's superstars play.
Home Mortgage Park at Kate Collins Field. Christian Horner back on the mound for the Newmarket Rebels. As the Generals are trying to chip back into this game. They got 2 runs last inning. Bryson Worrell with the solo home run back in the 3rd. But Newmarket has been opportunistic on the bases and taking advantage of a couple sloppy plays by the Generals in the field, and they have the 5-3 lead. Will Clark, after that double last time up, really hustled well on that to stretch it into a double after what looked like it might just be a single. And Clark is really trying to will this team back into this game. You can tell he's really playing hard out there. DH so far, 1 for 2 on the day.
I've got him a 1 for 1 there.
Or 1 for 1.
Yeah, he was hit by that pitch early on. It's all right. Had that key double though. Well, it wasn't all that key. Nothing ended up coming of it. But again, like you said, just trying to will his team to the win. And Continuing to really crank out base knocks. Had 3 more hits last night, as I mentioned. That was his 4th instance of having a 3-hit game. So it's been impressive to watch him this year. And I was talking with my girlfriend Hannah last night, and she said it's unbelievable how good Wes Clark really is.
Right, playing from University of South Carolina, who've been traditional baseball powers in the SEC. Hasn't gotten much chance to shine, of course, just coming off his true freshman season. But if this summer's any indication, should be a great ball player for years to come. Count is 1-2 to him. Horner delivers inside, in on the hands, and misses 2-2 now.
Was drafted last year coming out of high school, out of LCA, 2018 Milwaukee Brewers 40th round pick.
And I believe the umpire called time.
He had to wipe some sweat off his brow. That's how hot it is out here, folks.
Of course, they're all in black, so I'm sure they're feeling the effects of the heat now. You see the second baseman out there, Castellanos, staying loose. And the breaking ball in there for a called strike 3. Looks like it just fooled Wes Clark there, as he had a tough time getting the bat off his shoulder there. Good pitch there from Horner. And he's got the strikeout there. And so now 1 away. Catcher Elijah Casueno. It's a mouthful, easier for me to say. Came in to replace Santi Garcia after the 2nd inning as a defensive replacement, now batting. And that one's a called strike 3. Casueno turned in on that one, but caught the inside corner. Struck out swinging his last time up, and Horner misses on that pitch, now 1-1. So 5 runs on 7 hits for the Rebels, 3 runs on 6 hits for the Gens. And that one broke down to the back foot of Casueno, but he was able to hold off. A good pitch there from Horner. And he's got his breaking stuff working pretty well, it seems like. Came in relief for the starter last inning. Allen did a good job in his first extended work of the season. Now Horner trying to carry them to the finish line. Casueno fouls that one off. The count is now 2-2.
Another situation where you got to get some guys on early in the inning. We weren't able to get that leadoff runner on,
right?
Like we have struggled with not all year. We've done a nice job all year at getting guys on, but in this ball game,
right? Of course, last inning when they did get the leadoff runner on, it paid off as they were able to score the 2 runs. But as you said, 1 away so far this inning. Count is now full to Casueno.
Good thing is now that they've got the score down to 5-3. A 2-run deficit, a bloop and a blast can turn the game on its ear. So
exactly. And that one is ripped down the line, but it's going to be foul. I think Casueno knew that one was going to hook foul as he broke out of the box, but it slowed down a little bit once he realized where that one was going. But he hit it hard nonetheless, so the count's still full.
They would like to see some guys put together some good at-bats off of Horner here.
Mm-hmm.
He gave up the single to Profit in his first guy up, but since then has been pretty stellar.
Exactly. Looked like the Generals were heading for an even bigger inning last time, as that one is dribbled out to first, and it's going to stay fair. And
oh, wow.
That's a tough call there. Looked like Smith reached over into foul territory to grab that one at the last second, but both umpires called it fair. Casueno had kind of started jogging because I think he thought it was going to go foul.
Well, see, that's the home plate umpire's call there.
Right.
With that ground ball having to be made before the first base bag. If it gets beyond that first base bag, that's when it becomes the first base umpire's call.
And of course, if he grabbed it over in foul territory,
right,
it would have been a foul ball. But I guess
it looked to me it was in between the foul line and the baseline for the runners to run down to first base. It just
of Of course, we're not looking right down the line, so
Yeah.
a little tough from our vantage point, but it did look like it might have crossed into foul territory. Nonetheless, that's going to be a 3 unassisted as Quiseno is put out there at first. So 2 away. Jackson Tate now at the dish, and he is down 0-1 after the first pitch from Horner. We heard some groans, I think, from the other side of the press box here after that last play. So fans weren't happy about that one, but nonetheless, Tate now falls behind 0-2. So Horner, as I said, he came in, gave up the single to Profit. Looked like it was going to be a big inning as the top of the lineup was up with no outs and a runner on, but he was able to get the top 3 in order, and it's been lights out. Now the pitch, and that one's going to hit Jackson Tate. So we've had a lot of wild stuff happen this game. A couple of balks, a lot of hit by pitch. Seen just about everything in this game so far. And now Joe Kinker, who got the inning started last inning by getting on base, now steps in to face Horner. And that's a tight breaking ball that breaks in for a strike, 0-1.
So not so much the bloop that I was talking about, but the man getting on base, and now you get the tying run to the plate.
Yeah.
That's, really all you can ask for in a losing game, in a game that you're losing, is to make sure you at least have the tying run at the plate at some point.
Mm-hmm. And that one's going to get away, but it's going to bounce back into the infield, so Tate unable to take advantage of it.
Yeah, lucky break there for the Rebels. It caught the very tail end of the dugout. I don't even know what you call those. They're like little fences over there, but
yeah, it bounced right back to.
They're not
Smith
chain
over there.
link either. They're pretty hard. So a ball that bounces off of them glances back into the field of play pretty hard.
And Tate was a pretty prolific base stealer in his time in his college season this past year.
He had 26 at Lawson State.
And he's got 3 so far this year, so he is a threat to run out there, but we'll see if he takes the chance with 2 outs.
Actually stole 2 of his 3 stolen bases against Newmarket in Newmarket.
So this is a team he's familiar running against, and we'll see if they try to manufacture anything here with 2 away. 2-1 the count to number 33, Joe Kinker. Playing left field today. That one is in there for a strike.
Yeah, he got fooled a little bit. It looked like it might have been a changeup. It kind of floated in there a bit.
Yeah, it caught the inside corner there.
Deuce is wild.
2-2, 2 outs. Kinker slaps that one foul. Smith started to give chase, but was out of his reach pretty quickly. So now 2-2 still the count.
I might think about sending the runner here. You got Jackson Tate at first base, a good base stealer.
And we'll see. And it looks like he's hopping on his feet, and he doesn't go, but that one is ripped foul towards the third base side.
Well, Kinker has not really shown that he's a strikeout type guy. And the reason I say to steal him on 2-2 is because on 3-2 he's going to be going anyway. But with that 2-2 count, if it's a ball, most likely it's going to be a tough pitch to throw on for the catcher.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe you get him into scoring position with 2 away with that 3-2 count now, and you get Joseph Kinker in a good RBI situation.
It's a good line of thinking. He holds again, but Kinker pops this one straight up to the mound, and Smith is going to come over and make the catch. So the Generals, unable to add to the 3 runs they currently have, find themselves down 5-3 still. After 5 complete, we'll be back with the top of the 6th inning here from Waynesboro.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true. How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Five-3 your score here from Integrity Home Mortgage Park at Kate Collins Field. A couple of score updates. Purcellville right now up 12-9 over Charlottesville, as this has been a doubleheader Sunday.
Well, it's tough for Charlottesville. If that stays that way, Purcellville winning over Charlottesville, that'll be Charlottesville's 5th loss in a row.
And they're the defending champions, right, in the Valley League.
No, the
Rebels,
yeah.
Of course, the Rebels. Anyway, but the Tom Sox, of course, have been playing well so far here in the beginning of the season. 6-5, right around the same place as the Generals there in the standings.
Right, they were 6-1 to start the year.
Right. Acosta back out on the mound. The count is 1-1 to Kyle Decker, who talked about the opportunistic base running. He was kind of the lead guy there, came all the way around to score on a grounder to shortstop and gave him that 5-3 lead. Ball down 2-1. Yeah, nonetheless, 12-9 Purcellville over Charlottesville. We got Strasburg and Woodstock later tonight as that ball's in there for a strike. Front Royal going to be at Harrisonburg at 7:30, Kelvington at Stanton at 7:30, and of course we got Game 2 of the doubleheader here between Newmarket and Waynesboro. And Decker is going to foul that one off, but he was breaking out of the box. He's hustling all game long, it seems like.
Yeah, a hard 90 there. And I don't know if that's his own strategy to maybe get that guy that's tossing in the bullpen a few extra pitches or what it may be.
Because he is taking his time coming back to the box.
Well, and the thing about it is it was most definitely a foul ball.
Yeah.
Like I really appreciate the hustle.
Yeah, you don't see that very often, the guys hustling that hard out of the box on a
for sure foul ball. Like there was no way that came back in play.
It didn't even start in fair territory.
No.
That one is a called strike 3, and I don't think Decker liked that call, but nonetheless, he's down on strikes. Acosta with his 4th strikeout of the game so far. That's how he's recorded every out. So, 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning as we move along in the batting order. Joshua Cox up next, 2 for 3 so far. But Cox is raising that batting order, 258, 8 for 31 on the year. And Acosta, big swing and a miss on that one as he now finds himself down 0-1, 1 out here. Acosta coming to the plate now. Outside. Looked like it was just about the same place as the last pitch, but Cox was able to hold off on that one.
Yeah, Acosta has really shown why the coaching staff is so high on him with these 4 strikeouts and 4 outs.
Yeah. Struggling to bring it into the plate now, though, as the last 2 pitches have missed outside, so time for a reset. 2-1 now the count.
Cox with a good day so far, 2 for 3, 2 singles, an RBI.
And another swing and a miss. That one on the outside corner as well, but Cox couldn't resist, and he's taken 2 big cuts up there so far. So Acosta here with 2 strikes again, looking for his 5th. Comes to the plate, and he gets it. Another swing and a miss by Cox. So despite falling down,
outing we're seeing right now.
He is locked in right now. 5 outs, all of them by way of the strikeout in his 1 2/3 inning of work so far. Looking to go 6 for 6 here as number 22, Samuel Frentino, comes to the plate. Delivers. That one's in there for a called strike. And this is, Acosta had only come in throwing 1 inning of work so far in the season. So this is a nice extended outing for him in relief. And he's showing why he could be valuable to this team going forward. That one fouled back, so he's ahead 0-2 now. A lot of pitches to work with.
Yeah, he can go just about anywhere here.
We'll see what happens as he comes to the plate. And that one is lined to second base. So he doesn't get the 6th strikeout, but he does get the 6th out nonetheless, as that one was lined straight on to Kobe Lopez. And we reached the bottom of the 6th inning. Generals with just a couple more chances to cut into this 5-3 Newmarket lead here in Waynesboro.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true. How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Still 5-3 here in Waynesboro at Integrity Home Mortgage Park at Kate Collins Field, as the Generals only have 6 outs to work with, as we are playing a shortened 7-inning game here in game 1 of a doubleheader. Next game will be shortened as well to 7 innings. So some odd time constraints, but got to get them in wherever you can, as we've faced some rain a little bit in the past couple of weeks. Affected the schedule, playing a doubleheader today against the Newmarket Rebels, Coach Zach Cole's former team and the reigning Valley League champions. In the North Division, cross-division matchup, as that pitch from Horner, who's still out there on the mound, is in for a strike, as Norby is batting, the third baseman. Of course, he had that sacrifice bunt, which then got away from the first baseman and allowed a run to score. This one's hit onto third base. The third baseman comes set, throws hard, and gets him. It looks like somebody's shoe might have come off, or something.
It's the leg guard.
Like a leg guard. And nonetheless, out number 1 for the Newmarket Rebels. Good play by Frontino over there. And a good scoop by Smith over there at first base, who's played a pretty solid defensive game over there. He had that over-the-shoulder catch.
It'd be good
earlier.
to see Profit continue to keep things going.
Right, 2 for 2 already. And 1 single was off Horner in his last at-bat and was able to drive in Norby. So Generals down to just 5 outs now. Try to come back from a 2-run deficit. Horner the pitch, just misses. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, some things are going to happen here for the Gens. They're going to have to get a couple guys on base in that top of the order. Has got to get things going a little bit.
That one is in there for a strike. 1-2 now the count to Profit.
Since Horner's come in, the offense has really slowed down. We had those 5 hits very early.
Yep.
And now he's limited it just to the 1 hit. So he's retired 8 straight batters going back all the way. Well, he hasn't retired all 8 of them, but he has done a nice job at the last 8 batters keeping the guys out of the hit column.
Yes, he has, and Profit fouls that one down the third base line.
He did hit Jackson Tate with a pitch, so that was, he hasn't kept everybody off base since coming in, but has done a very nice job since coming in.
Horner delivers and gets Profit on the swing and the miss there. So strikeout there for Horner, and Generals now have 2 away. Top of the lineup now, Kobe Lopez coming to the plate. Kobe's 0 for 3 so far, 2 strikeouts and a foul out last time up and a pop out. Second baseman looking to get into the hit column here. Horner delivers. That ball is up a little bit in the zone for Lopez, so 1-0. 2 down here in the inning. That's a breaking ball that bounces in the dirt. 1-1 now the count. Or 2-0, excuse me. Stands have filled out nicely here at Integrity Home Mortgage Park at Kate Collins Field. So we've got a close one so far, 5-3. New Market is your score here. Horner sets and delivers. That one is,
Not sure where it missed.
But it did just miss apparently. So now Lopez is ahead. 3 balls, no strikes. And Kennedy's had a few good at-bats on deck, so it would be, potential tying run coming to the plate if Kobe were to get on here. That one is in there for a strike, though. 3-1 now the count. Lopez with 9 walks on the year so far, looking to add to that. And he swings and fouls that one back. So now the count is back to full.
Now, Horner's been in complete control of whatever pitch he's wanted to throw. It's been a dynamic performance of fastballs, curveball, slider, whatever he decides to call it. But it's been tough for these general hitters to really find themselves in good hitters counts. And then once he's been in good hitters counts, he's pitched backwards a little bit and kept these guys off, on their toes a little. And it's been a struggle to hit off Horner.
Yeah, he's done a really good job moving through this order as he now enters the second time facing a lot of these guys. Pitch there, and Lopez drills it, but just foul. He was on that one, but it just couldn't get there to the right of the third base bag. So, a good at bat here for Kobe Lopez, and he's looking to find something to finish with, whether it be a walk or a hit. He just wants to get on base. And that's a breaking ball, and he hits that one to third base. Frontino bobbles it a little bit, but is still able to recover and makes the play to first. So, nothing doing for the Generals in that inning, and your score is still 5-3 New Market as we move into our last inning of play in the top of the 7th.
Hey baseball fans, Graham Knight here for the Valley Baseball League. Just wanting to give a shout out to one of our newest sponsors, Stephen Toyota. Stephen Toyota is in Harrisonburg, Virginia. They've been an avid sponsor of the Harrisonburg Turks for years. I want to let you know that I'd buy a Toyota from them, and I'm thrilled to introduce them to you as our Southern Division sponsor. That means every time a team from the Southern Division, whether it's Harrisonburg, the Stanton Braves, the Waynesboro Generals, the Charlottesville Tom Sox or the Covington Lumberjacks, whenever they play anywhere, you'll be seeing a Stephen Toyota commercial in those live streams. We couldn't do these live streams without him. So a warm welcome to Stephen Toyota from Harrisonburg, Virginia. If you're looking for a car and you're anywhere near Harrisonburg, please stop in and see Ryan. Let him know that you appreciate his help with these live streams and take a good look at their inventory. I love what I saw there, and I got to be honest, one of my favorite cars was a 2009 Camry Hybrid. I sold it to a guy after 150,000 miles. He called me back about 7 to 8 months later to thank me for selling him that car. He'd actually gone another 50,000 miles in it and was just putting a new set of tires on it. So if you're into Toyotas and you're anywhere near Harrisonburg, give our newest sponsor, Stephen Toyota, a good look. Thank you, Ryan. It's great to have you on our team.
If you're buying, you gotta see Ryan at Stephen Toyota, where every new Toyota car, truck, van.
We're now back here in the top of the 7th, which is going to be our last inning of play, as we're playing 2 shortened games here in Waynesboro. Joe Acosta's still on the mound, and he throws a first pitch strike to number 18 for the Newmarket Rebels, and that one is fouled off. That is Brandon Rembert batting. Fouled that one off, so now 0-2 the count to Rembert. Castellano on deck, followed by Varela. Costa delivers, called, strike 3. So that he does get his 6th strikeout, not in a row, but nonetheless he has been electric here in his relief appearance so far for the Gins.
Yeah, one of the top guys, and we talked about already how they were looking forward to getting him in the preseason preview, and now he's really establishing himself in this staff as one of the top guys out of the bullpen.
Right. And he looks like he can be a strong contributor out of that pen. Castellano is now batting, and that one misses 1-0.
So yeah, Pedro was supposed to be at General. And then some things came up, and he got moved, as he fouls that one straight back off the screen. He got moved to Newmarket, and that was late in the game. That was after the Generals had played a few games, and Pedro was a little late getting here and on that talented UCF team.
Still looking for his first hit of the season, as that one is down and away. 2-1 now the count to Castellano, who is a Rebel now. That one is outside. 3-1 now the count. We are here in the 7th inning. Do you think they'll still do the 7th inning stretch despite it being technically the bottom of the inning? Or the bottom of the 9th, I guess.
Doubtful.
That one is risky.
That one was risky. That was right.
Foul him back.
When I was describing it to you earlier, that was pretty much.
But the count is now full, 3-2.
Which I didn't see a lot of fans' heads whip back. Usually
No.
when you hear that glass crunching sound or a car getting hit, they whip their head around.
It's a good indicator. And he finally gets this one, and he finally gets one to drop. He had been hitting it out to center field all day, and this one finally drops in for his first hit of the season out there for Castellano. So first hit given up by Acosta, first base runner really given up by him. And now Newmarket's got a runner on with 1 out.
He's been trying the wrong guy out there.
Right.
Jackson Tate has really robbed him of a couple base hits, and the speed has really been shown by Jackson, and just not able to get there. Pedro, trying him once more, is really doing a nice job at staying in the middle of the field, obviously, because
he's been right on it.
4 of them have been drilled to center field.
Tate did make a good effort on that one, but just didn't have enough room to make the catch as it was diving too quickly. Now Varela, the catcher, comes in. Struck out swinging his last time up. And Acosta misses with the first pitch, 1-0.
Yeah, this is now the second time through for Acosta.
Right. And that one is fouled away. I guess Varela would have been the first of his strikeout victims since he had come in.
Strikeout, strikeout, hit by pitch, strikeout, 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 line out, strikeout, single.
So we'll see if he can keep him going here, but this is the second time through the order, so they may have picked something up in their first at bat, but we'll have to see. That one swung and missed. Good job by Quiseno.
Now you got me thinking about it. It's Quiseno.
Tough time with that name. Sorry, Elijah. Nonetheless, he keeps that one in front of him and is able to hold the runner there at first. And we'll see if Newmarket maybe tries a little bit of opportunistic base running again to add one more insurance run. That one in there for strike 3. And I don't think Varela liked that call, but it looked to me like it broke down into the zone. He was saying it was high, but I got to agree with the umpire on that call. So now that would be the 7th strikeout for Acosta.
And 4 of them looking.
Yeah, so many we're starting to lose track of them. And so Smith now digging in for the Rebels. Smith has had a good game, 1 for 3 so far. That one outside. And I don't think Smith liked that call either.
Yeah, does a nice job of painting the corner.
Yes.
And again, this is a guy that's been working ahead in the count. He's been around the zone. He's going to get those calls.
One thing I've noticed is when facing the lefties, he's really worked that outside part of the plate. As that one takes a big bounce off the mound, and Kobe Lopez is not going to have a play on that one. But just an unfortunate bounce there.
Yep.
As it bounced way up in the air off the mound, and Kobe had to wait for it to come down. But by that time, the runner was safe at second, and Smith was hustling down the line at first, so no play there.
And a good decision to not force that throw in there.
Right. So runner on first and second now. And that'll be an infield single, as there really was no chance to make the play on that one.
Well, it giveth and it taketh away, because
Yes.
we had a situation last night where we had the same exact play. Ball hit into the lip there at the home plate area, and we got a base hit out of the deal.
So now Ramon Machado, who's been hit by 2 pitches today and wasn't too happy about the last one, comes up now. The chance to potentially add some insurance with runners at first and second. Swing and a miss there, though. Acosta gets out ahead. Acosta going to take a minute to reset himself there on the mound, taking his hat off, probably cooling down a little bit. And the third base coach is going to come in and talk to his hitter.
Yeah, I don't think Acosta's too thrilled. This seems like a situation where there's nobody warming in the bullpen at the moment. There is a guy standing on the mound. He might already be ready. But for Acosta, it feels more like, okay, this is to kind of break my rhythm. I've been in a rhythm.
Bit of gamesmanship.
And we saw that with Vanderbilt and Kumar Rocker when he threw that no-hitter this past Super Regional versus Duke. Chris Pollard did the exact same thing, and Kumar Rocker was not thrilled.
So Acosta probably not too happy about that one. Gets the pitch, but is not a strike. So 1-1 now the count. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Still 5-3 here in the top of the 7th, which will be our last inning of play here in a shortened game. Will be followed by game 2 shortly after the conclusion of this one. Pitch is in, swing and a miss there, or foul tip, excuse me. So Machado down 1-2 now in the count. Acosta looking for what would be his 8th strikeout if he were to get it here.
8 strikeouts in 3 innings is
it's tough to top.
Yeah, tough to top. The only one obviously would be to strike everybody out that you face, but
we'll have to see if he can get his man here. And he does get him. Quiseno holds on to the foul tip, and that is his 8th strikeout of the game. So an electric performance here as we move into the bottom of the 7th for the conclusion of this one. Newmarket with a 5-3 lead. Jens, one more chance coming up to bat.
Hey baseball fans, Graham Knight here with the Valley Baseball League, and I want to take a second to introduce you to a close personal friend of mine, Grace Burrows. She's a New York Times best-selling author, but she's also a close personal friend of yours, even though you may not know it. In fact, without Grace's help, we would not have been able to bring you the playoffs and championships last year. Thanks to her, we were able to cover every single game. And thanks to her, this year we had all the gear we need to support 11 different sites throughout the Shenandoah Valley. Take a second and look at her latest book, When a Duchess Says I Do. Grace Burrows, she believes in love and baseball. If you can't find romance on the baseball diamond, take a look at graceburrows.com/bookshelf. And if you've already got the love of your life, good for you. Drop Grace a line and let her know that you really appreciate her help with these live streams. It would mean a lot to her. Now,
back here in the bottom of the 7th, which will be our last inning of play, barring extra innings if the Generals were to come back and tie it, of course. We have a new pitcher for the Newmarket Rebels. Edwin Serrano is your pitcher now, trying to close this one out and get the save. Made 2 appearances so far, 4 innings pitched, given up 2 hits and just 1 earned run. 2 walks to 8 strikeouts, has got a record of 1-1. ERA of 2.25. Of course, the Generals will have their big guns batting, as it'll start with 2, 3, and 4. Kennedy, the leadoff batter in this inning, as they try to muster 2 runs here to either extend this game or 3 runs to end it.
This is the perfect spot in the lineup here with Kennedy, Worrell, and Clark.
Exactly. First pitch from Serrano is a little bit high. Ball 1, 1-0.
You can see the velocity already.
Yeah, I was just about to say, saw a lot of dust fly off the mitt when that one popped in there. That one is in there for a strike. And with Acosta, where he looks like he's throwing hard, looks like a very easy motion for Serrano. Just really bringing it in there. But doesn't look like he's exerting himself too much. And that one hits Kennedy, so the Generals will have the leadoff runner on. And the tying run coming to the plate in the form Bryson Worrell, who's now going to be batting from the left side. Switch hitter facing the right-handed Serrano. Kennedy over there at first base now. And of course, Worrell had that big home run back in the 3rd inning, the solo shot to right center field. We'll have to see how he approaches this at bat, and that one's catches the outside corner. 0-1. So big spot here for Worrell. And that one is high, misses 1-1 now the count.
You want to talk about endearing yourself to new fans. This would be a key situation to do so. I mean, you've already hit the 1 home run. If you could do 2, and the second one be the game-tying home run in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Certainly light this place up, as that one misses high as well. So now he's in a hitter's count, 2-1. That one up in the zone again, 3-1. Serrano struggling a little bit to find the zone here.
Yeah, and this is a situation where, as a hitter, you have to guard against playing hero ball. This is a great situation to probably take that big hack, but at the same time, you got to make sure it's in the strike zone. Serrano is trying to put, he's falling behind. He might, as he tries a pickoff move, he might put on the tying run if he's not careful and get the winning run to the plate. It's just it's a situation where you can't go fishing on a ball out of the zone and give him a second chance.
You also got to realize who's on deck with Wes Clark, who is one of the best hitters on this team. That one is flied out. That's going to get out of play, I believe.
I think the catch was not made,
oh,
but it did stay in play.
Yes.
Again, it's a hard judge here.
Yeah.
We've got not only do we have the banner that goes across the back of our third base bleachers here for the home fans that says, welcome to the Waynesboro Generals, the home, whatever, the blah, 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 all that good stuff. We also have a couple of umbrellas.
Yeah, exactly.
Sitting up
shielding from the sun today. Don't blame them, of course,
No,
but it
I
does
don't
make
either.
our vantage point a little bit more difficult. That one is ripped back foul now, so the count is full. But yeah, it seems like the left fielder, Cox, probably gave that one a good run, as the umpire did have to signal that no catch was made.
I can just see the back side of it over here. It's very little room for me to see.
That one misses outside, so Serrano's put the first two runners he's faced on, and so now the go-ahead run will come to the plate in the form of Wes Clark, the DH today. Potentially a big inning brewing here in our bottom of the seventh in what will be our last inning of play. And now everyone's going to come to talk together. Looks like we're going to get a pinch runner maybe.
I still see Kennedy at second. I see Worrell at first still. Wes Clark obviously wouldn't pinch hit for him. Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
Brad Burkell's headed to second base for...
saw Coach Cole point to second base, but you're right, Kennedy stayed out there for a little bit. So we are going to get a pinch runner. Maybe get a little more speed on the base paths. And in addition, the Newmarket coach came out and is going to have a conference with his infield and his pitcher and catcher. Looks like there's some action as well down in the Newmarket pen in case Serrano were to get in even more trouble. So, potentially exciting finish in store here. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Generals find themselves down 5-3, but the go-ahead run has come to the plate in Wes Clark. Hitting .455 coming into today, 2 home runs, and that's a big breaking ball that just broke enough to not hit Clark in the shoulder there. Did a good job to stay in there. 1-0 the count.
Yeah, you got Wes Clark up here, and you got Eli Quiseno on deck, who last night had 5 RBIs. So again, not a guy that you really want to see.
And then Jackson Tate following him, I believe. That one is just up in the zone, and Serrano's just really trying to figure it out where to put it here.
Well,
2-0.
This is a tough guy to try and fish around on,
Yeah,
on what, how to
exactly.
find it. This is
But he looks a little frustrated out there on the mound. That one's up again. 3-0 the count. So we'll probably see Wes Clark take another pitch here.
I think you have to take here.
Right.
You know, as good as Wes Clark has been, I think you have to take. Just the fact to maybe get that tying run into scoring position, I think that is a little more tantalizing than Wes Clark hitting in a 3-0 count.
And that one is up and gets away, but runners were going to advance anyway on that pitch. So Serrano 4-pitch walk to Wes Clark, and now I'll have to see how long his leash will be, because he has really struggled to find the zone against anyone, really. Hit Kennedy. And the next two reaching on walks. And if I had to guess, that's probably going to be the end of Serrano's day.
Yep, he's coming out. That's a tough little outing there. Hit by pitch, walk.
Yeah.
And you've put the tying run in scoring position, and they'll have to call on somebody else to try and clean up the mess.
And Eli Quiseno looking to, if not tie it with a base hit, at least cut the lead to 1 here. So now we'll have to see who the incoming pitcher is for Newmarket Rebels.
If my eyesight isn't failing me, I believe it's number 28, Jeremiah McCollum from Florida A&M from Fulshear, Texas. 6'1", 180 pounds, and I believe he's the only guy on the staff for the Rebels that has recorded a save this year. Is that a correct stat?
You're right about that. 1 save on the year. Just in the 1 appearance, only thrown 1 inning. So looking for save number 2, and would be a big one if he were able to pick it up. So yeah, 1 appearance and just 1 inning pitched. Giving up 2 hits, 1 run, no walks, 1 strikeout. As you said, the 1 save and an ERA of 9. Big spot to come in here late in the game. Bases loaded, no outs. As Eli Quiseno is going to be the batter.
Your hometown friendly and multi-state strong insurance provider. Your attention, please.
Coming to you live from Integrity Home Mortgage Park at Kate Collins Field. 5-3 is our score. The Newmarket Rebels with a 2-run lead over the Waynesboro Generals here in Game 1 of our doubleheader that's going to be played today. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning, but this will be the last inning of play, as we're playing 2 shortened games, 2 7-inning games here in Waynesboro, as the Generals take on the defending Valley League champion Newmarket Rebels. And the umpire's giving the signal for 2 more pitches for McCollum. So this will be his last warm-up pitch, and then Quiseno will come in, try and give the Generals a spark on offense. No hits in this inning so far, yet they find themselves with the bases loaded and nobody out.
Good opportunity for their first walk-off win of the season. All of their wins here at home have come via the regular win. We're going to go out and finish this guy off in the top of the 9th inning. But anytime you get the chance to win it in the bottom half of the inning, it's always a fun one, and it's a way to really keep that momentum and keep the team morale extremely high.
So here we go. McCollum sets, delivers in there for strike 1. So he's off to a better start than his teammate, as Serrano struggled to find the zone against any batter, but he does on his first pitch there, 0-1. Pitch now in there for strike 2, so Quiseno finds himself in a quick hole, down 0-2. Looks like he came at him with a bit of a breaking ball in that one. Quiseno steps out, calls time.
Corners seem to be in. Middle infield's back.
Still playing at double play depth should they get a ground ball to them. That one is up in the zone. 1-2 now the count.
Quiseno's got to do whatever it takes right here to move the baseball. You also don't want him to just hit into a double play, so it's a tough situation.
And he sticks that one out to second, and second baseman made an interesting charge, and they will only get 1 out at second. So the second baseman kind of found himself out there in between where he wanted to be. He came hard and then realized he was going to have to step back and only had the time for the 1 out at second. So the run comes in from third, runner from second advances to third. They get the out at second, and Quiseno advances to first base. So the tying run is on third, and the go-ahead run on first base as Jackson Tate comes to the dish.
Yeah, so the key part in that is that they don't get the double play. Now Jackson Tate can basically just hit a fly ball to the outfield to score Worrell.
And the third baseman is in. The second baseman and shortstop still at double play depth as they would try to turn 2 to end the game. And Tate takes that one low. It was a bit of a check swing there by Quiseno. He's just trying to stay alive and kind of tapped it out into play, but it was hit just the right depth where the second baseman wasn't able to charge hard and get 2. Tate takes Strike 2 on a breaking ball there.
They featured the curveball heavily here for McCollum.
Right.
Well, now Tate definitely has to move the baseball. This is a situation where you can't afford a strikeout.
5-4, fly ball would score a run. That one is down in the dirt. 2-2 the count to the number 6 hitter, Jackson Tate. Pitch and a swing and a miss. Tough out there, but a big strikeout there for McCollum. As they're now 2 away, but the tying run's still on third base. Go ahead, run on first. Joe Kinker coming to the plate, but a tough out there for Jackson Tate.
Yeah, Varela's going to have a lot of pressure on him now behind the dish. He's got to keep everything in front, and really any out, you can get an out anywhere for the Rebs. Speaking of which,
he does keep it in front of him, but he lost sight of it there for a minute. But good job to block it.
A lot of trust from McCollum at throwing that pitch too.
Yes, and Varela, I would say, has done a great job behind the plate. I don't think
Yes.
we've seen many get by him at all, really. Pitch from McCollum down in the zone. 2-0 now the count.
And now you start to think, I mean, it's still a long way to go in this count alone, but if you could get Kinker on, that moves the winning run into scoring position with Cuseno, and it brings up Connor Norby.
That one is up in the zone, apparently. That was a tough one to lay off there for Kinker, but he does. It's now 3-0.
Now this is a definite take situation.
Yes. And that one is inside, and he walks Joe Kinker, so the bases are loaded again. So, should be a fun finish here. We're down to potentially our last batter. We'll see what happens here. And it is going to be Connor Norby coming to the plate.
He's 0 for 2 to this point.
Does have a sacrifice.
Still hasn't gotten his first hit as a general, and boy, this would
I
be
was
a
gonna say,
perfect time for
this
it.
would be it. Looks like there's a good amount of space right there up the middle to the right side of the second base bag. And I think Coach Cole's going to come over and talk to his batter. Give him a few words of encouragement, pat on the back.
And keep in mind, the Generals have scored this run, but they have not had a hit since the 4th inning. Christian Prophet was the last one to get that hit. That was the first hitter that Christian Horner faced.
Horner did a good job of shutting the Generals down. That's a breaking ball, and that one's in there for a strike, 0-1. So first pitch looked like a curveball there. Gets ahead in the count. And that was a fastball that's fouled back by Norby. And we'll see if Norby's able to stay alive here. Down 0-2 now. Good job by McCollum to get ahead of this batter. This is the biggest one of the game so far. McCollum comes set. Delivers. Norby fouls that one off. And it would be a big second save of the season for McCollum.
Yeah, I don't think they get much tougher than the situation that he was put into. Bases juiced. You've got a 2-run lead.
No outs.
With nobody out. Yep, and he's come in and he's done such a great job trying to finish it here.
That one's high, though. 1-2. I think he tried to throw that one up in the zone, but just let it go a little too high. That one is down. Another good job by Varela to block that one.
That's a great job all the way around. Great pitch execution there from McCollum on a curveball in the dirt. Great execution behind the plate by Varela at keeping that in front. And then great job from Connor Norby at laying off a pitch that probably looked like a strike for quite a while.
2-2 the count now. And Varela's going to call time. And I think they're going to see if maybe they have a visit left. and they do visit. So they're going to talk this one over and make sure they're on the same page here on big pitch. So big pitch coming here from McCollum. 2-2. 2 outs. Connor Norby coming up. Looking to get his first hit as a general. And that one is in there and a called strike 3. Connor Norby goes down on strikes and the ball game is over. A big save there from Jeremiah McCollum as he gets all 3 outs there in the bottom of the 7th. That's going to do it for us. We're going to have game 2 coming to you here shortly, though, right here from Integrity Mortgage, Home Mortgage Park at Kate Collins Field. So join us in just a little bit as game 2 will get going in roughly 30 minutes between the Newmarket Rebels and Waynesboro Generals. But the final score from this one, 5-4, Newmarket over Waynesboro. Yes. For the Waynesboro Generals, I'm Adam Hawes and Ty Comer. Thanks again for joining us. Join us in just 30 minutes.
Well, that wraps up all the action from here tonight. I'm Graham Knight, and on behalf of the Valley Baseball League, we want to thank our sponsors. This live stream was made possible by Sheets. Sheets is perfect for busy lifestyles, and they're always open 24/7. So grab breakfast, dinner on the go, or a late night snack. With nearly 600 stores in 6 states, there's always a Sheets near you. Sheets, run and done. This live is also brought to you by Subway. Check out Subway's delicious new club collection, the new Steak Club, new Southwest Chicken Club, and the American Club. Subway, make it what you want. This live stream is also brought to you by Grace Burrows, best-selling New York Times author. If you can't find romance on the baseball diamond, take a look at graceburrows.com. Grace Burrows, she believes in love and baseball. Before we say goodnight, I want to remind you that this